A very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, Justin Jacob. Welcome to the inaugural edition of the NASSCOM Engineering R&D Showcase 2021, Engineering the Future, Advantage India. Before commencing today's event, I would like to take a moment to thank all the COVID warriors, frontline workers, and each and every individual who's helping us sail safely through the second wave of the pandemic. A huge thank you. Over the years, India has emerged as the destination of choice for the global ER&D enterprises. It's true that the pandemic impacted India in a big way, but the Indian ER&D ecosystem did not stop. It brought out the true infinite strength within us, the strength which helped us to deliver nothing but the best. The strength because of which the entire Indian ER&D ecosystem is moving forward without missing a beat, with a hope for a brighter future ahead. The strength to take on challenges and move forward and rising together. Let's play the video.
We never know how strong we are, unless being strong is the only option. Our true strength cannot be measured. It is infinite. And that's why our strength is the manifestation of hope. A hope for better days. It's through our strength that we have pivoted to the new normal, adapted, and were able to thrive in an unprecedented crisis. Our collective strength renders the Indian tech industry resilient despite the turmoil. Business continues as usual with online collaborative tools, state-of-the-art cybersecurity measures, and data strategies. And employee physical and mental well-being is now a top charter. And we never knew all of this could have been possible. All thanks to the strength we never realized we have. The strength to take on challenges and the strength to rise to the times together.
Thank you for watching that video with us. We have emerged resilient and empathetic while we reimagine the context of work, workplace, and workforce. Yes, together we are ready for the future. Here is India leading the way for the future of global engineering R&D. Let's play the video.
As the global hub for engineering research and development services, India stays at the cutting edge of innovation, transforming industries such as automotive, semiconductor, telecom, medical devices, consumer electronics, industrial and energy, and aerospace and defense, becoming the go-to ER&D destination for the world's largest enterprises, delivering business impact with emerging digital technologies, all backed by the best-in-class talent force that is set to lead the way for human-centric ER&D services. Nurtured by a robust ecosystem of world-class universities and startups that continually fuel future-ready innovations. The momentum hasn't slowed against all odds. India continues to be the preferred ER&D destination for leading enterprises. We have emerged resilient and empathetic while we reimagine the context of work, workplace, and workforce. Here's to leading the way.
Think ER&D, think India. Home to the world's best engineering R&D organizations and best-in-class talent, India holds the key to drive the engineering R&D innovation of the future. With a vision to present and showcase India as a powerhouse of innovation, next-gen think force, and high-impact service delivery, NASSCOM presents Engineering the Future, Advantage India, Engineering R&D Showcase 2021. With this, I once again welcome all of you to the inaugural edition of the NASSCOM Engineering R&D Showcase 2021, Engineering the Future, Advantage India. Today, we have gathered on this momentous occasion to celebrate India's technical prowess, inspirational leadership, and futuristic innovation. Let us all embark on a voyage to witness high-impact stories of innovation, service delivery excellence, and unique talent capabilities from India. Discuss the challenges and best practices to leverage India's full potential in engineering R&D and honor the pioneers and change makers in Indian engineering R&D. Before moving on, we would like to express our sincere gratitude to our exclusive sponsor, Western Digital. Our platinum sponsors, Cyient, Infosys, Quest Global, Tech Mahindra, and L&T Technology Services. Our gold sponsor, GitHub, our knowledge partner, Future Factor 360, and our social media partner, ChimsLab, for their association with NASSCOM ER&D Showcase 2021. Without any further ado, now please join me in welcoming Devjani Ghosh, President NASSCOM, to deliver the keynote address on celebrating the excellence of Indian ER&D. Over to you, Devjani.
Thank you, Justin. And by the way, I love the Think ER&D, Think India. Just love the sound of it. Before I start off, I just want to take a minute to echo what Justin said. First of all, that all of you are staying safe, you're staying well, your loved ones are safe and well. The last few months has been one of the most challenging times for all of us. And I think it's also has brought out the best in so many of us. The way this industry reached out to help, not just their own employees and their families, but each other. It's just been fascinating. And I just feel so privileged to have a front seat to watch this industry not just act with resilience, but more importantly, act with tremendous compassion and tremendous empathy. And my sincere thank you to each and every one of you for doing what you did. You are the COVID warriors, you are the COVID heroes, and the way you have come together to help the nation, to help keep our community, our workforce, their families safe. I think history will look back at this in a very positive and inspiring way. Coming back to today gives me tremendous pleasure to welcome all our participants of the ER&D Council, the members, the award nominees, and of course the jury. I mean, what an incredible journey this has been. And I'm just delighted to be here today as we unveil the winners of the inaugural NASSCOM Engineering R&D Showcase. Most people know about India's success in IT and BPM, but the ER&D growth trajectory is a little less known, but it is not any less impressive. Most people get surprised when I tell them that this sector generates 30 billion plus USD in revenue and is home to more than 1,000 plus global companies that have set up centers in India for product R&D across diverse sectors, be it auto, telecom, medical devices, software, aerospace, etc., etc. In fact, I was looking at a recent list of 50 most innovative global companies published by BCG, and over 70% of these companies have an R&D center in India. What a proud feature that is. It's like there is almost an India inside the innovation that is driving the world, and the products that we are consuming, that we are seeing come out, that's pretty much reimagining the world that we live in. Globally, the pandemic has altered the way our consumers behave, how they interact with us. It has changed the way how businesses interact, contactless technologies, analytics, software-led systems. These are all changing how products are designed, redesigned, engineered, and of course, consumed. And this represents a very unique opportunity for the ER&D companies in India that are primarily focusing on product design and innovation to partner with global enterprises and engineer the future. Global mega trends like sustainability create even more opportunities for product redesign and innovation. And I do believe it's going to be tremendously important for the future of this industry. I'm thrilled that all of you have identified an ambitious goal of 2x growth in revenue by 2025. And as KSV tells me, by 2028, this industry has the potential to cross the 100 billion in revenue. I completely believe KSV, and I believe that the opportunities are endless. And I'm very confident that if we play our cards right, we will achieve this dream of making it a 100 billion sector plus some more by the end of the decade. NASSCOM is committed to working with you to make this dream a reality, to make you all succeed in this mission. In fact, this is also a priority for the government. It's a huge priority for the government. And we are working with several departments across the government to ensure that the right policies are in place to enable ease of doing business for innovation, for the creation of innovation superclusters, et cetera, to accelerate the growth of this sector and the overall technology industry in India. I mean, this is our opportunity to lose, and we have to ensure we leverage it to the fullest. The NASSCOM ER&D Council has prioritized the innovation agenda and launched this celebration of excellence in engineering and innovation from the country. The event today celebrates the best-in-class innovations and organizations to demonstrate India's prowess in engineering and innovation excellence. This is our first edition, definitely not the last, and we saw tremendous response from the community. Both GCCs, service providers, Indian manufacturing companies, startups, I mean, it was across the board. We received over 300 applications, I believe, and I do know that the 25 members of our jury had an incredibly tough time to go through all of these brilliant applications and figure out the winners for tonight. I'm especially happy that we have a separate category to recognize women in ER&D. High time. High time is all I will say. And I do hope that next year we don't even need a separate category, and women representation in ER&D is organic, natural, and it exists in every single category. But congratulations to all the winners and the applicants. And I would urge the ER&D Council to please share each and every one of the shortlisted stories, and not just the winners, because the impact and innovation they create is huge. And this is such a wonderful story for all of us to tell loud and proud. You know, we've had a great journey till now, but we can never rest on our laurels. We can never rest on our past success. And I know this industry does not believe in resting even for a second. I mean, we live it every single day. So with technology reshaping pretty much every aspect of our lives, the role of ER&D has never been as important as it is today. India should aim to become the digital engineering innovation hub for the world. Nothing less should be acceptable. I honestly do believe that we should not short sell ourselves and our ability. Our recently published report with McKinsey articulates that $500 billion opportunity for global engineering by 2025, and likely to be the fastest growing segment. As I said before, the opportunities are endless, and this one is for us to lose. But knowing all of you and knowing Karthik, a dynamic chair of the ER&D Council, and of course, my wonderful team, KSV, Shiva, Madhu, and everyone, I know that we are not going to let this opportunity go. A huge thanks to you, Karthik, and also past chair Ajay Prabhu, who has pretty much been the instrument of change in our thinking with respect to ER&D. He's the one who planted the seed of 100 billion and got all of us excited to say, we have to make it happen. And each and every member of the ER&D Council, thank you for the contribution and make. It does not just impact the ecosystem or the industry, it impacts India. And last but not the least, Shiva, KSV, Madhu, thank you for what you do to build this platform and build this ecosystem and for making the difference that you make. I really look forward to the rest of the evening, and I hope so do you. Can't wait to see the wonderful stories that we will soon get to see. Thank you.
Thank you, Devjani, for your inspiring and insightful words and for setting the context for the road ahead. Ladies and gentlemen, coming up next, we have global CXOs and their take on Advantage India. Let us listen to what the global CXOs have to say about India's contribution to their organization's ER&D efforts. We have with us this evening Siva Sivaram, President, Technology and Strategy, Western Digital, followed by Peter Schad, CTO, Siemens Healthineers, who will be sharing their thoughts on Advantage India.
I'm very happy to commend NASSCOM on its inaugural edition of the Engineering R&D Showcase, demonstrating India's role, its impact as the global leader in engineering R&D. I don't need to gilt a lily here. India is already a well-known leader in engineering R&D. I will give you our own personal example from Western Digital. When we did a innovation bazaar with Startup India and Invest India last year, we had over 1,000 submissions, majority of them from outside the 8 big cities of India. Truly grassroots, broad-based, frugal innovation. India, with its vast youth, engineering talent, and the infrastructure, has been leading in our ability to innovate. At Western Digital, we actually measure how good our incoming class of new college graduates is by seeing how fast they get to their first patent. We have been consistently not just doing engineering services, but we are developing technology, developing products, and marketing and delivering them around the world. The rate, pace, and ability to innovate from the engineers and technologists of India has been exemplary. So I'm very, very happy to act as a representative of Western Digital, commending NASSCOM on the Engineering R&D Showcase. And I think India will do wonders. India will continue to grow in powering innovation, developing the thinking force of the future, and being able to do all of this at a very low cost and at a very, very high pace of innovation. Congratulations, NASSCOM. Thank you.
India has emerged as the global epicenter for ER&D. Over 1,500 multinational companies, including Siemens Healthineers, rely on India's proven strengths in innovation combined with agility and resilience to address rapidly evolving customer preferences. India's talent is incredible. Nowhere else you can meet so many highly skilled creative engineers who are energetic, passionate, committed to learning, and have a can-do attitude. Through their flexibility, adaptability, and dependability, they have earned trust and respect across our organization. India's strengths are most significant in software and digital technologies. Our R&D teams in India are contributing to our most advanced products. With their fail fast and recover faster mindset, they are effectively addressing complex challenges at scale. Today, about 50% of all software engineers in Siemens Healthineers work at the R&D center in Bengaluru. More significantly, it is the only R&D center in Siemens Healthineers that contributes to all our businesses. In addition to the many excellent universities and large hospitals, partnerships with customers and India's extraordinary startup ecosystem have further strengthened the country's ER&D prowess and its innovation potential. India offers multiple new possibilities for healthcare research. So we are investing rupees 1,300 crore, 160 million euros, to establish a new campus in India. It will be one of the planned 4 innovation hubs of Siemens Healthineers globally, with a special focus on solutions for the digitalization of healthcare. The Innovation Hub will combine our existing R&D center and an ultra-modern medical imaging factory. To expand our digital capabilities, we plan to add up to 1,800 digital talents in the next 10 years.
Well, that was Peter Schad, CTO of Siemens Healthineers, and before that, Siva Sivaram, President Technology and Strategy of Western Digital, on their respective takes on Advantage India. Indeed, we are proud that India is helping global MNCs in driving their strategic roadmaps for innovative and futuristic solutions. Up next is a leadership talk on taking a global approach to engineering. To shed some light on the topic, we have with us this evening John Neuffer to deliver a talk. John Neuffer is President and CEO of the Semiconductor Industry Association, where he's responsible for setting and leading the association's public policy agenda and serving as the primary advocate for maintaining US leadership in semiconductor design, manufacturing, and research. Mr. Neuffer has been at the center of technology, public policy, and trade for most of his career. It's a pleasure to have him here with us this evening. Welcome, John. Over to you.
Thanks, Justin. Hi, everyone. Thanks, NASSCOM, for the kind introduction and invitation to speak at your important event. I'm John Neuffer, President and CEO of the Semiconductor Industry Association based in Washington, D.C. We represent 98% of the U.S. semiconductor industry by revenue, as well as nearly 2/3 of non-U.S. chip firms. For over 40 years, our role has been to advance policies in Washington and abroad that promote growth and innovation in our country, in our industry. Much of our work has been made possible through collaboration with our global industry counterparts, such as NASSCOM, on issues of interest and concern. So we very much appreciate this opportunity, and we really do appreciate the chance to forge deeper ties with NASSCOM. India is, of course, a very, very important global economy and has a burgeoning ICT and electronics sector. Over the past 2 decades, India has also made some notable strides in semiconductors. In fact, many SIA member companies have businesses and cooperative partnerships in India. And one of the big reasons our member companies have invested in the Indian semiconductor industry in this economy is your deep pool of excellent talent. More than 20% of the world's semiconductor design engineers reside in India, cementing India's critical role in the global semiconductor value chain. We value the high caliber of Indian engineers and other industry professionals. US semiconductor companies have increasingly relied on access to global engineering talent pools, particularly in India, and have set up R&D centers across the country. All major global semiconductor companies have design operations in India now, where thousands of new chips are designed every year. In fact, the Indian semiconductor market is expected by one estimate to reach over $30 billion by 2025. So stepping back a bit, the success of the semiconductor industry as a whole hinges on its ability to operate globally, tap into the worldwide talent network, and build efficient and cost-effective supply chains around the world. International collaboration in talent and R&D with India has allowed multinational companies, universities, and institutions to pool and efficiently deploy resources. The global semiconductor ecosystem is a complex and interdependent network that thrives on international collaboration and free, cross-border exchanges of goods, ideas, and people. Together, we can pursue scientific breakthroughs that lead to major leaps in semiconductor technology. In the past few years, India has intensified its efforts to bolster domestic chip design and manufacturing with additional government support policies. And we welcome the Indian government's recently announced incentives to attract global chip companies to build fabs in India and to encourage further investments across the semiconductor value chain. At the same time, we hope to see good trade policy from India to help position this country for rapid growth in this industry and move up the value chain. As I mentioned, the semiconductor industry is intensely global. We depend heavily on our global supply chains, and we thrive in a tariff-free environment. Countries that provide zero-in, zero-out treatment at the border are much better positioned to effectively join and prosper in the global supply chains in our sector and other sectors. With the Indian government's investment, growing domestic demand for electronic products, the increasing number of entrepreneurs in the semiconductor sector, as well as India's massive pool of design talent, this country has the potential to become both a more powerful digital economy and a stronger hub for electronics and semiconductor innovation. SIA and our member companies look forward to working with NASSCOM, Indian industry generally, and the government through future dialogue and cooperation with the goal of creating and maintaining an open semiconductor ecosystem that promotes industry growth, helps create jobs and economic prosperity, and spurs innovation. So thank you again, NASSCOM, for this great opportunity to speak today. And thanks, Justin. Back to you.
Thank you, John, for taking the time out to join us. And that was a thought-provoking and insightful talk. Thank you once again. Now, the future is not the extension of the past, they say. To stay relevant, organizations need to uncover the weak signals of today to explore the opportunities of tomorrow. Coming up next is a panel discussion on what it takes to engineer the future. To further shed light on the topic, please join me in welcoming Karthikeyan Natarajan, Executive Director and COO at Scient and NASSCOM ER&D Council Chair, who will be moderating today's discussion. The panel members for the session are Vikram Gupta, Senior Vice President and General Manager, IoT, Compute and Wireless Business Line, Infineon Technologies, and Peter Van Groos, Senior Vice President and Head of Product Engineering, Philips. A warm welcome to Vikram and Peter, and over to you, Karthikeyan.
Okay, good morning, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the NASSCOM's inaugural edition of Engineering R&D Showcase 2021. And thanks, John Newford, for an inspiring keynote. And we are really privileged to have you as part of this session. And this is the next session, which is going to talk about what it takes to engineer the future. And keeping the view of what we have gone through in the last many quarters, and especially given post-pandemic. And how do you think we really want to look at the future of engineering and R&D, and what can India offer in this space? So to just set the context, the Indian ER&D industry is doing an incredible job demonstrating resilience and maintaining the productivity, despite all the challenges the country had for the last many weeks. And a recent report from NASSCOM about the second wave of COVID had indicated that Indian tech sector had managed with minimal or no impact to the productivity over the last few months. The COVID-19 pandemic is also an inflection point for the Indian R&D industry. If you look at India, accounts for about $32 billion out of 80 to 100 billion, which is outsourced. And India's focus on IP protection, world-class infrastructure, and ease of doing business, and also trying to help the engineering and the mathematical base that India had produced in terms of the engineering skills over the last many decades, have all helped to really build this industry. Further, several well thought out government initiatives, whether it is Make in India, Digital India, and Startup India have made an immense contribution in establishing India as a destination of choice for high-end engineering and R&D related work and for innovation. Not a surprise, India also has more than 40 plus unicorns, and with more than 15 of them coming over the last 4 or 5 months. Perhaps this is one of the most exciting fallouts of the pandemic is going to be around how the time to market would get disrupted. If you take the case in point, which is about the vaccines, normally would have taken about 5 to 10 years to get a vaccine being rolled out. And if you look at what we have seen for COVID-19, the vaccines were out probably in 10 to 12 months time. And this is a phenomenal development that has happened in a very short span of time. And thanks to the collaboration that happened across diagnostic companies, researchers, scientists, and pharmaceutical firms, medical device manufacturers, and hospitals and healthcare ecosystem. This is a sign of how ecosystems will have a very important role to play, and especially to drive innovation in the future. The digital capabilities are undoubtedly critical in enabling organizations to innovate better and faster. And digital competencies will help to reduce this time to market significantly. And the question for us, do you think it can help us to reduce the time to market by 50 to 60%? It's a great question. To discuss on this topic, I'm really delighted to be part of this panel discussing about what it takes to engineer the future. And we have with us today two fantastic leaders with extensive experience in driving innovation across their respective industries. And I would like to invite Peter to share his view from Philips Healthcare. And Peter is a Senior Vice President and Head of Product Engineering at Philips. He drives excellence in product engineering by developing and deploying a strong innovation competencies, processes, and tools. And second, Vikram Gupta, who is a Senior Vice President and General Manager for ICW business line from Infineon Technologies. Vikram is a Senior Vice President and GM running IoT, compute, and wireless business at Infineon Technology, an industry veteran, and Gupta has led many organizational initiatives to strengthen 3 core areas of IoT, compute, and wireless. Welcome, Peter and Vikram, and we'd like to start with you, Peter, to introduce yourself and what you do, and also the relevance of ER&D acceleration post-pandemic. What are your initial views, Peter?
Thank you, Kartik, and it's great to be on the panel as well. Thank you for having me. And it's great to also see you in person after we've met before. So a bit of introduction about myself. As you said, I'm head of product engineering based in the Netherlands in Europe. I'm leading a team of roughly 1,000 engineers located in North America, in various locations in Europe, and in India, in both Bangalore and as well as in Pune. And we provide engineering services to virtually all R&D teams globally for all of our businesses, both in the consumer space as well as in the professional health domain. I'm mechanical engineering by training, have been also in my career in other industries, particularly in the copying and printing industry back in the 90s, which went through a digital revolution already back then. Also in the semiconductor industry. So it's nice to have Vikram also with us here from Infineon. I know Infineon from the back in the days, and now with Philips for 15 years. And then, Kartik, to your question about the COVID pandemic and how that is also accelerating our innovation in healthcare. Well, first of all, I think the digital disruption is already there. You could argue that even without COVID, the digital transformation of healthcare was already at play. And actually, when we now make up the balance more than a year into it, we only see that our strategy continues to be confirmed, but only gets accelerated. A couple of things that you can think of are telehealth. Obviously, the fact that people could not be close to one another means that connectivity, vital signs measurement, remote patient monitoring have only become more and more important. So we see digital disruption there more and more. It also nicely fits with the tendency of consumers, while in the healthy part of their lives, to measure their own health becomes more and more standardized. People wearing wearables and all sorts of forms, taking basically a continuous measurement of how their health is doing. Another very clear acceleration that we see is, although people were quite aware that the trends in healthcare, aging, chronic diseases on the rise, and all of that were never sustainable and unaffordable over time, we see that COVID has also clearly accelerated that. And the interventions that government had to do, and also was not always so successful with at the beginning of the pandemic, have clearly now also accelerated the attention that governments will pay to the healthcare domain. So yeah, we see a number of trends, particularly digital, I would say, is the name of the game. Strategy confirmed and only accelerated.
Sure, thanks, Peter. I'll come back to you on a few more questions. And over to you, Vikram. And what do you see as the pace of innovation, and how do you see the decade shaping up for Infineon?
Yeah, so first of all, thanks for having me on the panel. Great to be here with you, Karthik, as well as Peter. As far as the trends are concerned, I think Peter touched on a lot of different trends, because of COVID that have been accelerated, and we actually we saw a very similar phenomena, from a semiconductor point of view. The rapid emphasis on digitalization, this whole expectation of how to actually, be accessible remotely. How do you work from home? How do you entertain yourself? How do you take care of yourself? All these things have had a dramatic effect on actually accelerating the whole digitalization process. And from a semiconductor point of view, this touches a lot of different industries. And we see, this trend, which would have actually taken, frankly, a few years to unfold, has actually started to accelerate quite a bit. And you are seeing this in the form of unprecedented demand that we are all dealing with currently. And I'm sure Peter also has some experience with this, dealing with semiconductor suppliers. Demand has gone through the roof. And as far as the trends that are coming up over the next few years, the secular trends of AI, edge computing, IoT, 5G acceleration, the amount of content, semiconductor content in cars, EVification, all of these things are all, boding well in terms of how the industry is going to evolve. And I'm pretty excited about, the growth that is going to come from here.
Sure, interesting topics that you touched on, Vikram. I'll come back to you again. Peter and Vikram, I thought we'll run through a few of the interesting aspects of what do you see as this next decade shaping up in terms of if you are in product engineering, if you are R&D manager, and what are the major things that you need to get ready for? Because we wanted to take your views on the pace of innovation, the time to market, and the importance of ecosystem. How critical is that going to play a role? And third, how do you really think you get ready for the digital technologies? There are many technologies in play. If you can name a few of them that you think would be very critical for the next decade, that would really help.
Sure, Karthik. Yeah, I think, again, building on what Vikram said, we see the same at play in the healthcare space, connectivity and IoT. I already spoke about the consumer part. If you look about it as a health continuum, where people are still in the healthy part of their lives. Connected products, sensorization, so the ability to take measurements. Think about the toothbrush, for instance, with the ability to measure saliva and by tracers, the health. I mean, there's a couple of products that we have on offer that touch the body every day, but particularly also in the professional health space. Connected big modalities, ultrasound, MRI machines, CT scanners, and all of that. Of course, they are connected, but not all of that data leaves the hospital. So new architectures present in the hospital. Vikram mentioned edge computing, for instance, clearly a part of that. And then applications making full use of what 5G can bring to us. We see that application, for instance, in out-of-hospital application. Think about a patient having a stroke, needs to be brought to the hospital in record time. And you can do already quite some diagnosis while in the ambulance. And if you're able to, with high data intensity, to bring that diagnosis and that data already to the hospital before the patient even arrives, these are practical applications where we see 5G technology, for instance, work. But equally, the burden of increasing diseases. I spoke about chronic diseases. More and more people being chronically ill. The burden on the hospitals, the lack of good nursing staff. So we want people to go back home and be dismissed as early as possible. So we send CPC vital signs centers, for instance, people being equipped in the hospital with certain sensors and then being dismissed and then continuously being monitored. Again, an important connectivity and IoT application. We see, for instance, the ability, it's happening as we speak, that certain remote connectivity is possible. Think about a hospital in the United States where we have lack of personnel that can now suddenly be remote controlled out of a, for instance, control center back in Australia. All these things become possible real time. And not surprisingly, AI, particularly in the clinical space, again, think about the pandemic where people had to understand, doctors had to understand the havoc that the COVID-19 virus is causing in the lungs, and then having CT scanners, being able to detect that very quickly. And of course, that's continuous learning. So a lot of AI applications, for instance, are at play here as well. SaaS, bringing software to subscription models and having them natively in the cloud, something that hasn't been fully done in healthcare at all, is a third one. And last but not least, to your point on ecosystems, rather than having captive solutions, we need to move towards open platforms with well-defined interfaces. And that's not only true for our digital space when it comes to APIs, it's equally true for, let's say, our hardware or our products and systems, because more and more the value will be created throughout the lifetime of a product while in the hospital or while with the consumer, and the ability to add value to it through updates with software, for instance. So the name of the game is digital technologies and disrupting the healthcare industry.
Yeah, what a time to be an engineer, to be part of some of these disruptions that is going to happen in our lifetime. Great to hear that, Peter. So Vikram, coming back to you, you touched upon some of the interesting aspects too. And I always believe that semiconductor is mother of all innovations, because you guys really at the cutting edge of the beginning of the cycle, and all of us see that the users are from automotive, from healthcare to various other segments or the beneficiaries of it. So coming back to you, the edge compute, the artificial intelligence, and you talked about 5G, and how do you really manage the number of SKUs and the product variants and the life cycle of products? Do you see that it is going to shrink more and more as we start getting into many of these technologies getting pervasive?
So I think you asked a number of good things there. I mean, I think as we've talked about, definitely the trend in all of these areas, whether it's edge AI or 5G, these things are secular trends. And from a chip industry point of view, these will require different approaches to how you do chips in the future, right? If you look at, for instance, edge AI, it's going to start because of the increasing processing power on the edge. You're going to start seeing various partitioning between what happens in the cloud and what happens locally that will really start dramatically influencing even some of the applications that Peter talked about, where you're able to make decisions more without having to go to the cloud and do things in real time that will actually make smart devices much more effective. So what this means is, as devices are getting deployed, they're going to be more intelligent as we look ahead. And that's going to bring even more value and even more benefit to not only consumers, but enterprises and industrial settings and so on and so forth. And architectures to kind of get some of this actually done in the right manner is going to influence all kinds of devices. And when you start influencing all these types of devices, from microcontrollers all the way to heavy-duty multi-core processors or MPUs, then you're talking about a wide range of innovation that can happen. Same in the case of 5G that you mentioned. You got to look at it from the point of view that, you define the architectures in a way where you're being mindful of what the end application is. And especially if you take something like 5G, it goes into mobile application, goes into infrastructure as well as IoT devices. And you got to right size those architectures for servicing those markets. So with all of this increasing content from a semiconductor point of view, and by the way, I agree with you that semiconductor is at the heart of everything, hardware has sort of become cool again. There is going to be an emphasis for, with all this opportunity, doing a lot more. How you actually approach this from an R&D perspective is going to become extremely important. I think there's going to be a lot of emphasis on, focus on differentiating IP. Don't try to reinvent the wheel on things that are already well known, which means maximize IP reuse, focus on things like platform-based design, get automation under control, have the right partnerships with service providers who can sort of be an extension to your team, so that you can actually do more very quickly to service that time to market aspect that you were just talking about. All of this is going to be super important. So, I think there's a lot of opportunity from a chip R&D perspective and bleeding into applications. People have to be very mindful in terms of focusing their energies and their investments to maximize, even from an R&D perspective, on what they can cover.
Sure, great, fascinating points, Vikram. And so, Peter, coming back to you again, bring out more from this is about engineering innovation happening out of India. So, what do you see as India's role in the next decade, especially on engineering R&D, and both from your own expansion plans or more about the skill set that is needed for India to get ready, and what kind of work that you think India should be playing into your own ecosystem?
Yeah, Kartik, I think a number of things. We already have, as Philips, quite a presence in India to start with. We have a big center in Bangalore, a number of thousands of people, particularly on software development. Of course, we have multiple locations, but I stick to R&D predominantly also in Pune. We have activities, manufacturing, as well as R&D. We're ramping that up, and it becomes really what we call multi-modality site. And that's serving as well. So we clearly see, let's say, a global footprint, let's say, reorientation. What that means for R&D is, first of all, of course, we need to find the right engineering skills. And we also, of course, understand that we're quite in competition with many other A brands. I think you mentioned it at the beginning, that there's so much top brands moving into India or increasing the local size. And that's clearly what we notice as well. So there will be certainly a sort of a battle for talent. What we expect actually for people is also, to learn further in the more complex world. Typically how we start is in a phased approach. I think that's what a lot of industries do. You start with the relatively simple work, people become acquainted with the domain, and then you start to, build up further and ultimately into quite complex, developments, being it in software or in, let's say, big modalities like MR machines or CT scanners and things like that. Another role, which I do believe is equally important, is our collaboration with our customers. More and more, we did speak about ecosystems already. We are in a, let's say, form of co-creation. The times that you, develop somewhere on the planet and then you start to sell in a transactional form is less and less the case. So you co-create with your customer and you make what the customer needs. So it's not technology push, but really what we call a need seeker. So really from the needs of your customer, your propositions are being built. So that collaboration with the local customer is equally important. And I do see India, of course, a very big market in itself, but also playing a role there for Asia Pacific, for instance. And last but not least, I do believe, knowing also the whole demographics, that Indian engineers are actually well positioned to help us, particularly with, value for money kind of propositions. if you would compare some of the Western propositions in the low, mid, and high segment, even some of that low segment is not always addressing the needs of, for instance, local communities in India. And of course, that's also true in many other geographies. But the ability of India to translate with its engineering capabilities those value segments into innovations that fit the needs and are also affordable, I think is where India can play a fantastic role as well.
Sure, great points, Peter. And it will be interesting to know what challenges do you see from India for the next 10 years. Maybe I'll come back to you again. So Vikram, from your standpoint or the Infineon standpoint, what do you see as a role of India in the next decade? And what are the challenges that you're seeing now, but what is required from the ecosystem to really get built for you to really grow this centers in India?
Yeah, so first of all, I'll say that anybody who's relevant in the semiconductor space, and I'll say this from a semiconductor standpoint, has a presence in India. And everybody thinks of India as a place where you can scale easily, and the economies of scale actually work out pretty well, as we are all aware, in that context. When I think different semiconductor companies think of it as looking at scaling in different ways, whether it's functionally scaling, let's say across software or verification or backend or something like that. I think people have different notions of how they want to do it. Increasingly, the trend, of course, is of people to kind of have whole teams working on projects and so forth. And even there, it depends on how people are actually looking at what they want to, let's say, give as projects to India. In the case of Infineon, we actually have given a lot of ownership to our teams in India of actually doing flagship products. And I can tell you specifically in my business line, we do a lot of groundbreaking wireless IP work and product work there. And I think that's, and I've already had success coming out of there in terms of the quality of work and time to delivery. All of that has been flawless from my perspective. The one thing I would say that we could be improving on in general, and so when I say there is end-to-end ownership, it works out great there, but there are certain aspects where I would like to see certain improvement. For instance, specifically if you think of from a semiconductor point of view, analog design or RF design, or when you look at device modeling kind of activities, those things are still missing. In India, it's not a big deal because we augmented from other places, but I would really love to see that actually happen so I can make it even more self-contained and grow there, and Infineon can grow there even more. So that's one aspect. The other thing I would say is there is an opportunity for India to, from a front end and a back end point of view, to actually do, and I'm talking about this from a manufacturing perspective, to actually make strides, especially on the back end side. It's an easier thing to start doing, and I would love to see more happen there, because what happens is typically when you do your designs and you get your chips fabbed, you have to send it overseas. You go through the cycle of getting it all assembled, and eventually put on boards, and then it gets shipped back to India from a test perspective. I think if that cycle can be shortened, especially on the back end side, and there is an opportunity for the Indian industry to actually progress in that regard, I think that would be great. But we will absolutely continue to invest in India, and we have a lot of plans for our sites in India, and our main site is in Bangalore.
Sure. No, thank you so much, Vikram, for your insights, and really appreciate your inputs. And just for you to know, NASSCOM has set up a future skill program over the last few years, and it already produced about 250,000 people getting trained for various digital technologies, and they want to ramp up this to more than 1 million engineers in the next 5 years, and focused on digital engineering relevant to engineering segments. So I think this is going to be a fascinating area of growth, and there are many initiatives which are underway to ensure that that is being done. And also we want to represent to the government to see how some of the initiatives around fabs and the ecosystems can be made to work towards some of the research areas. I think that's been a topic as well. And building cluster of innovation for affordable healthcare, smart mobility, and sustainable energy, and many such areas which are being explored from us along with various state and central government within India. So Peter, to you, the last question is around the challenges that you see. What is your advice for the teams in India, and what do they need to pick up? Because we also have seen from customers, they want to focus more on the value than volume. And how do you think you can really bring in more architects, more product managers, and the technologists, and what kind of expectation that you have from India, and what challenges that you think that need to be overcome in the next 10 years?
Sure. Yeah, Kartik, I think the amount of, let's say, really highly qualified engineers is already very good, also in the digital domain. I mean, we did speak also on our last occasion in India about the capabilities in the various engineering service providers. I think that's really good. That's also what we experience when growing our own teams. What we will be looking for is, let's say, a more deep application knowledge. I think the maturity of many teams to apply all the digital technology that we spoke about is already quite good, but how can we make an advantage out of that? That really adds value to our customers. So it's more about not applying the techniques per se, but about how to come to use cases that take maximum benefit out of these. Similarly, also when it comes to integration capabilities, so it's not only the digital play, but it's about how to use let's say, digital technologies in the context of a proposition, a service, which is obviously composed out of a product, of a service, a piece of software in a different business model. So it's not only the software part or the digital techniques in isolation that play a role. So the ability to be able to integrate that in meaningful ways for our customers, I think, is where the winning companies will prevail. And that's equally important for us because, you know, this is a disruption of the whole industry. So we're trying to be, you know, ahead of that. And obviously it's also equally relevant for our engineers in India.
Sure. Thank you so much, Peter and Vikram, for your valuable insights, and really want to thank for your time and great inputs that you provided to us around engineering, R&D, product innovation, the role of digital technologies, the challenges and opportunities that are ahead of us. And what I also heard from both of you, I think the innovation is going to be moving from product to solutions to a continuous delivery of value to the end customers. I think that's a summary that I'm hearing, and which is going to be a fascinating area for India have a role to play. And there are no shortcuts. I think it would require a significant amount of efforts to be put in by the complete ecosystem within India, whether it is service providers and the global innovation centers, along with government and NASSCOM and other bodies to come together and build this ecosystem that's going to service global customers to benefit from engineer out of India. I'm very confident that India would continue to be a destination of choice for software innovation as well as digital engineering. And we really want to thank you for your time and appreciate NASSCOM providing an opportunity to have a panel session with some of the great eminent engineering leaders from the industry. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you as well.
Thank you, Karthikeyan, Vikram, and Peter, for your time. That was a very interesting and informative panel discussion. I'm sure our viewers enjoyed listening to our panelists and were able to take home a few key points. Ladies and gentlemen, just to remind you once again that we have a specially curated ER&D studio where you can listen to the stories of the shortlisted nominees, testimonials of global CXOs on India Advantage, and videos of jury members sharing their application evaluation experience. We now present to you an interesting segment called Tiny Bites. Tune in for the unique stories of innovation and out-of-the-box engineering from India. Even I'm very curious, so let's see what we have here.
Niramai Health Analytics. At Niramai, we have developed a new method of detecting breast cancer in a completely privacy-aware manner. We just measure the temperature variations on the chest using a thermal sensor, and our AI, artificial intelligence enabled solution, will analyze these temperature variations and generate a report saying whether the person has any breast abnormalities, where is the abnormality likely to be, and what is the probability that it is actually malignant or cancerous. All this can be done by a simple health worker within 15 minutes without seeing or touching the patient. I was a lab director and a scientist and techno manager before I started Niramai. It was a wonderful time and I was learning a lot, working with a lot of intelligent, smart people, making a difference to the business. But when one of my cousin sisters, a close friend of mine, Bharati, got detected with breast cancer, I started reading about breast cancer and saw that more than 600,000 women die every year because of this disease. And many of them we could have saved if there was a technology which could detect early stage breast cancer. And that is what was the motivation, and started doing some research during my job as well, and later decided that maybe I need to spend full time on this, trying to see if we can come up with a new solution for detecting breast cancer early enough in women of all age groups. And it's been 4.5 years and I have not regretted any day quitting a well-paying job and becoming an entrepreneur. It's extremely fulfilling to see how technology can help women, to see women benefit from a new method, and hopefully India innovating a new method of detecting breast cancer that can be used all over the world. Breast cancer is the largest cause of cancer deaths in women today, globally in 154 countries. In India, this situation is even worse. The survival rate from breast cancer is almost 50%. Every alternate lady detected with breast cancer is dying within 2 years. How can we stop it? We can only stop it by having an affordable, accessible method of detecting breast cancer, in a way that it's not just available to women in the cities, women who have money, but it has to be available for every lady in India, be it in city or villages. And that is what Niramai is attempting to build with its solution called thermal analytics. This solution is radiation-free, portable, affordable, accessible, and most importantly, it's a no-see, no-touch solution, completely privacy-aware. So we can do this test in a hospital or a small diagnostic center or a private clinic or in an apartment or also rural areas. We can have a mobile van with the breast cancer solution. And all this can be done with very little operational expense because we're going to have a simple health worker administering the test. Of course, the report will be reviewed by a top radiologist before we actually give it to you. But this is an interesting test, an important test that can save many, many lives in India. Women are very good at multitasking. We manage the house, the children, family, work, and so on. And entrepreneurship is also about multitasking. So I would say, if you're a female and you want to solve an important problem that is, hurting you or hurting your close family members or hurting the world, and you feel very deeply about solving that problem, go for it, jump off, and definitely the ecosystem will support you. If you want to solve the problem, your passion will drive and you will be able to solve the problem. Don't be afraid.
Well, that was truly a motivating and inspiring journey of Geeta Manjunath, and I'm sure all of you will agree. A non-invasive, affordable, portable, privacy-sensitive, and highly accurate breast cancer screening device is truly the much-needed healthcare solution that India as well as the world needs. If you have passion, go for it. We wish Geeta Manjunath all the best for her future endeavors. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the moment many of us have been eagerly waiting for, the awards ceremony. To begin with, we will be announcing the winners for the special award category, that is, Woman Role Model in ER&D 2021. Today, women are an immensely powerful driving force in any organization. This award aims to recognize the women in positions of technical leadership and who serve as a role model, not only for their organization, but also for the entire ER&D ecosystem. To begin with, we will announce the winners of the Woman Role Model in ER&D 2021 for GCC segment. I'd like to request Sangeeta Gupta, Senior Vice President and Chief Strategy Officer, NASSCOM, to announce the winners.
I'm honored to announce the Women Role Model in ER&D GCC segment. It was not an easy task picking the best ones from all the nominations we received, especially given the enormity of their contributions. I'm delighted to announce the top 4 winners for the Women Role Model in ER&D GCC category, and they are 1. Pallavi Vajnapalli, Principal Scientist and Group Leader, Philips Electronics India Limited. 2. Rupa Kamoji, Director R&D at Synopsys. 3. Kala Sampath Kumar, Director Dell Technologies. And 4. Dr. Deepika Sachdeva, Customer Support Manager and Technology Leader APAC, GE Commercial Services and Engines. Congratulations to the winners and more power to women leaders in technology.
Thank you, Sangeeta, for announcing the winners, and congratulations once again to the winners. Now we will be playing winner spotlight videos, and let us hear about their journey and achievements of these winners in their very own words.
Hello everyone, my name is Pallavi Vajnapalli. I lead a team of around 25 research engineers and scientists to innovate and develop first-of-the-kind solutions for healthcare applications, especially in the domain of ultrasound. I am very passionate about using my skills in AI, image processing, signal processing to develop healthcare solutions to improve lives of people, especially women and children globally. I've been able to drive research innovation roadmaps and carry industrial research that has led to first-of-the-kind prototypes, new features, and also intellectual property for Philips. I have around 18 patents granted globally, 35 patents filed, and have published more than 20 articles in journals and conferences. Technological research has been very close to my heart. Women do face challenges when pursuing these kind of STEM careers, but my advice to the budding women who want to take career in STEM and engineering R&D is that please convert your challenges into opportunities. Nearly every aspect of our society relies on technical R&D findings and endeavors, including the technology that is developed for saving lives. For example, in this current pandemic, bringing an idea to first-of-the-kind product has been challenging, but most interesting journey so far for me. One of the example has been the ultrasound product feature to support clinical workflow for assisted reproductive technology. Not only understanding the clinical needs, but developing an algorithmic prototype, validating it in a clinical setting, convincing the business leader to have it in the product roadmap, and finally developing a product had its own challenges. But what is most satisfying is that this technology will be actually improving the lives of people.
Hello everyone, I am Rupa Kamoji, Director R&D at Synopsys Mumbai. I am here to share my experience which might be helpful for the women who want to make career in engineering. When I was pursuing engineering, software industry was growing fast. I got inspired towards software development when I started coding in the first year. The small programs that we wrote amazed me. I've been very lucky to have great mentors right from the beginning of my career. I was and I am surrounded by amazing team members with strong interest in technology. During my 20 years of career, I worked on CAD navigation products, which have 90% market share. I got to work on 4 technical projects and played key role in the launch of 2 new products. I got opportunities to present papers in technical conferences like ISTIFA, Semicon, which are industry's renowned technical conferences, and contributed to file 4 patents in the USA. Journey from an entry-level developer to director R&D was not an easy one. Like any professional, I faced several challenges. Personally, as a new mother, I went through challenges of upbringing of my child. I could say through those challenging times through the support of my family and the support system which I created around me. Professionally, the challenges were demanding customers, conflicting priorities, technical challenges, to name a few. One success mantra to overcome these challenges is by giving priority to the team members. If the team is happy, they will make impossible and possible one. My one word for women who wish to have career in engineering R&D is to identify one thing which inspired you to choose this career path. Whenever you are down, just remind yourself about that inspiration. It will charge you up automatically. Thank you.
That was Rupa Kamoji from Synopsys and Pallavi from Philips. We thank you, Rupa and Pallavi, for those words of wisdom. You inspire us, and we wish you both the very best in all your endeavors. Moving on, I would like to request now Sindhu Gangadharan, Senior Vice President and Managing Director at SAP Labs India, to announce the winners for Woman Role Model in ER&D 2021 for ESP category.
Thanks, Justin. I'm truly honored to be part of this great initiative by NASSCOM. Now, with each passing day, women are becoming a very important and a very critical part of the workforce and are playing very key roles. So it's with great pleasure I'd like to declare the winners for Women Role Model in ER&D 2021 and Engineering Service Providers. We have Sindhu Ramachandran, Principal Architect at Quest Global. We have Saraswati Tippaya, Principal of Advanced Engineering at Infosys. And we have Ashwini Nandini, Vice President, Delivery and Digital Assurance at Global Logic. So huge congratulations to all the winners. And with that, over to you, Justin.
Congratulations once again to all the winners, and thank you, Sindhu, for announcing the list of winners. We'd like to once again remind you that we have a specially curated ER&D studio where you can listen to the stories of the shortlisted nominees, testimonials of global CXOs on the India Advantage, and videos of jury members sharing their application evaluation experience. Now we will be featuring some more winner spotlight videos. Let's hear about their journey and achievements in their own words.
My name is Saraswati Tippaya. I work as a principal in Advanced Engineering Group of Infosys. My mother is my inspiration, who taught me that you can achieve any goal if you focus on it, and inspired me to do it with a smile. I have started my R&D journey 25 years back as an R&D engineer. It continued even after I have joined the service industry in 2002. I have mainly focused and worked on creating new concepts using emerging technologies such as LED lighting, Bluetooth Low Energy, robotics and autonomous technologies, to name a few. I have worked on the most complex projects for various industries. Some of them are recloser control for utility industry, digital generator control unit and flush control system for avionics, a test automation using physical robots for banking, and autonomous golf cart. Coming to the publication of papers, one of them is Pick and Place, the next wave for robotic process automation, and the other one is Are Autonomous Vehicles Going Places Anytime Soon. Some of the awards I have won are Technology All-Star from Women of Color magazine in USA and Domain Champion for Robotics Some of the patents include smart card dispensing system and system and method for integrated auto steering and auto braking mechanism in autonomous vehicles as a retrofit. So one of the very good incident I could recall is that myself and my colleague, we went to Australia to deploy and commission robotic system. The client team was pleasantly surprised to see that two women are assembling a most complex mechatronic system and demonstrated end-to-end robotic-based test automation. Even the top officials got inspired and came to see the demo. So few words of wisdom from me. Our journey in ER&D is exciting and rewarding. There is no dearth of problems for science and technology to solve. Just look around you. We can achieve anything if we set our mind on. If I can do it, each and every one of you can do it too. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Nandini. I head Delivery and Digital Assurance for Global Logic India. I'm responsible for predictable delivery at scale, for ensuring customer delight, and for building in quality for complex digital transformation engagements. I started my career as a mainframe developer, and I've dabbled in a variety of technologies from Visual Basic to VC++, XML, Java, microservices architecture. I've also played a variety of roles, started off as a developer, then a lead project manager, program manager, on-site coordinator, delivery head, center head, and so on. It's been a wonderful journey. I have grabbed the opportunities that came my way, and I have also created opportunities by breaking the stereotypes, like traveling on-site for a long-term assignment as a young mother. I've worked very hard to reinvent myself every few years to stay relevant and to keep adding value to the organization, to the teams, and to the customers. I enjoy speaking at technology conferences. I also enjoy organizing technology conferences. I have authored numerous articles covering a wide range of topics. Winning the Global Capability Challenge 2018 for the award-winning framework, predictable measurement framework for Agile is something that I will cherish all my life. As a life and leadership coach, I enjoy coaching and mentoring budding women leaders. To all the budding women leaders out there, my advice would be keep marching. There would be situations in life where you would have to slow down. It's okay, slow down, but don't stop.
I hope the success stories of these women will inspire women who want to make a career in engineering R&D and go places. Thank you both Saraswati and Ashwini for sharing your stories with us. We shall now be moving to our next special award category, that of Social Impact Solution of the Year 2021. This award seeks to recognize the revolutionary products and solutions which have been consequential in addressing the critical challenges facing our society and building a sustainable world. I'd like to request Dr. T.S.K. Murthy, engineer and teacher, to announce the winners for Social Impact Solution of the Year 2021 in GCC segment.
Thanks, Justin. Hello. Happy to announce the winners of the Social Impact Solution of the Year 2021 GCC segment. And the winners are Health Diagnostic Suite by Samsung, which is a AI-powered, affordable, and portable smartphone-based solution that aims at prevention of blindness in low and middle income countries. Next in my list is AccuAlert Me, which is an enterprise-grade secure contract tracing and social distancing enabling platform that offers a comprehensive solution for a safe return to work. Last in my list is Interior Cabin Sensor by Veoneer, which is a radar-based system to warn the users of unattended children left behind in the vehicles, thereby avoiding heat stroke and death of such children. Congratulations to all the winners. Back to you, Justin.
Thank you very much indeed, Dr. TSK Murthy, for announcing those winners. And of course, it goes without saying, a huge, huge congratulations to all the winners. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll now be featuring two more inspiring winner spotlight videos as we hear about their innovations that drives societal impact.
The global pandemic in 2020 changed the way we live and work with each other. And for the 88% of businesses that had to mandate work from home last year, getting back won't be business as usual. Social distancing and contact tracing are becoming critically important, and returning to work can be daunting for employees. Workplaces need a smart and reliable system that can ensure health, safety, and a real-time data-based emergency response solution for the new workplace of the future. Harman helps you reimagine your work environment with AccuAlertMe, an employee movement tracking and secure contact tracing platform that uses a mobile app and a dashboard to record employees' entry, exit, movement, and proximity data within the office to help them comply with social distancing protocols and access timely information that can keep them safe. The Harman India team built AccuAlertMe in just 50 man-months on our IoT, endpoint management, device management, and service delivery platform to leverage advanced data analytics and predict near real-time risk of exposure and contact. AccuAlertMe works across a host of environments and respects people's privacy while maintaining their safety. So students, factory workers, employees, and customers can go back to work feeling safe and empowered with information on their exposure levels and risk, access details of potential exposure immediately, and safely distance themselves based on the app's gentle nudges. AccuAlertMe, recognized by Gartner as one of the app-based solutions for COVID-19 response, also has an IP filed for all countries, opening up opportunities to enhance the platform for miners, field support workers, wearables, beacons, and IoT asset trackers. Promoting a healthy culture begins with an alert mindset. With AccuAlertMe, you get vigilance at your fingertips.
Veoneer's interior cabin sensor system is radar-based and warns the user when unattended children are left behind in their vehicles. This will avoid heat stroke and death.
The first time that I ever saw an in-cabin radar operating was a simulation done at our Bengaluru facility. In a conference room, the innovators there had created this demonstration completely independent of me or our radar team. We have just been identified by a major North American OEM as a development partner, and it all started with our Bengaluru team.
We took this project as a challenge, as radar was never developed or designed in India so far. Our team of engineers have done a fabulous job of doing a proof of concept and proving that this can be done out of India and our Bangalore facility.
This product has no precedence, so we designed and developed it from scratch.
The radar system is mounted on the ceiling or on the B-pillar when the car has a sunroof. The system differentiates between an adult and a baby, and it also identifies the seat location. You can see that when an adult sits in a seat, the system identifies the seat and shows the breathing rate of the person. Similarly, when a baby occupies the seat or a footwell, the system locates and classifies correctly.
We have used advanced signal processing and artificial intelligence technologies in our system.
The USP of our system is its ability to locate the occupied seat and identify occupants as an adult or child.
Our current accuracy of classifying empty and an adult and a baby is more than 99%.
The key contributions of the team include development of the signal processing module to detect occupants, development of neural network to classify occupant as adult or child, estimation of vital sign, and in-car testing of the system.
The ideas and solutions to resolve many of the problems we faced are worthy of patenting. While one of them is awarded internally within Veoneer, others are being filed for patenting.
In future, the occupant information can be given to the airbag deployment module
which can decide which airbag to inflate based on the passenger position.
The system also supports the Euro NCAP incentives foreseen for 2023 and the US Hard Cars Act of 2019.
Saving children around the world is something we can all be extremely proud of, and it all started in Bengaluru for Veoneer. Thank you.
Simple ideas, extraordinary solutions. Those are really incredible social innovations, if I may say so myself, truly inspiring. The AccuAlert Me by Harman and Interior Cabin Sensor by Veoneer. I would like to now request Ravi Narayan, CEO T-Hub, to announce the winners for Social Impact Solution of the Year 2021 in ESP segment.
Hello all. It's an honor to announce the winners of the Social Impact Solution of the Year 2021, Engineering Service Provider segment. We have 5 winners in the category, and the winners are TrueNat RT-PCR solution by Cyient. TrueNat is a chip-based point-of-care multi-disease platform with over 25 tests and globally used for the detection and diagnosis of COVID-19. The next winner is Gazelle by Tata Elxsi. Gazelle is an portable, easy-to-use diagnostic device for malaria and sickle cell anemia disease detection. The next winner is Clever Energy by TCS. Clever Energy is an enterprise-level IoT and cognitive intelligence solution that helps enterprises accelerate shift toward net zero emission and become energy efficient. The next winner is Automated Blood Collection System by Capgemini. The solution enables convalescent plasma therapy for treating COVID-19 patients. And the next winner is Assisto by TCS. Assisto is an affordable, intelligent device which assists differently abled people in vocal communication, and it converts sensory inputs to near natural voice of the person in the native language. Congratulations to all the 5 winners. Over to you, Justin.
Congratulations indeed. Congratulations to the winners once again. And thank you, Ravi Narayan, for your time and for announcing those winners. Well, I'm sure all of you have been enjoying the winner spotlight videos that we've been showing. And up next, we will be featuring another set of winner spotlight videos. And let us hear about their innovations that drive societal impact.
Science expertise in engineering and design helped save numerous lives in the middle of the pandemic. Our TrueNat solution is a first-of-its-kind portable RT-PCR testing kit. It enabled testing at over 3,000 centers and for over 20 million people. While most COVID-19 tests provide results after an average of 1 to 2 days, this is the only testing platform that is simple and rapid, providing test results within a record time of 35 to 60 minutes. Engineered by Malbio and manufactured by Cyient, TrueNat is a portable COVID-19 testing platform and is among the first Indian tests approved by the Indian Council of Medical Research. It can perform 25 other tests and can offer affordable and fast point-of-care testing. It can detect over 65 respiratory diseases and can help us lighten the burden of TB in India. In fact, it is certified by WHO as the frontline screening test for tuberculosis. This is how we apply technology imaginatively to solve problems that matter.
Assisto uses first of its kind cognitive speech algorithms to generate the sound or the speech in the tone, in the native language, as well as in the near real sound of the child who is using it. Assisto is affordable and it can be worn on any operational limb by the child of all ages, and it can be operated by the child with limited mobility.
My name is Annabelle.
Assisto's design and the artificial intelligence based algorithms can learn and understand the movements to differentiate between the child's fast head movements called athetoids and gestures. These minimal gestures are converted into accurate speech using the Morse pattern.
By reducing 65% dependency on others to communicate, Assisto accelerates speed of communication 3 times, making the children independent and bringing them closer to the mainstream society, and was used in the pandemic for their continued learning, rehabilitation, and communication. It has the potential to impact 25% of the world's cerebral palsy population with communication difficulties.
I know TCS Rapid Labs Assisto has given an excellent tool to these kids, whereby they can express themselves without the fear of mockery. Now they can communicate with the third person, whereby the third person can understand them fully well. This has enabled them to attend to an exam without the help of a second person. This is an excellent tool which has given confidence and hope for these kids.
In future, it is also scalable to other speech-related difficulties.
We believe that technology is not just a driving force of global growth and transformative change, but an enabler of inclusivity and well-being.
Well, solving problems that matter, in this case, creating solutions for tuberculosis patients, the TrueNat by Scient and Assisto by TCS. Well, I'm sure these innovations are going to help society and, of course, make lives better. Before moving on to the next session, I would like to inform our viewers, as I have before, that we have Advantage in the India studio, where you will find stories of all the shortlisted nominees, testimonials of CXOs on the India Advantage, and of course, videos of jury members where they share their application evaluation experience. Please feel free to explore the platform anytime you wish to. Well, I didn't know what to expect before we had our first Tiny Bites video, but I absolutely loved it, and I'm sure I speak on behalf of all of you, and I say I'm sure you loved it as well. Coming up next is another Tiny Bites video with another delightful and inspirational story from India. Let's see it.
And I'm a professor at the Center for Nanoscience and Engineering at the Indian Institute of Science. At our center, we have an electronic device fabrication and characterization facility that is one of the best in the world, and that is what makes us so special in the Indian context. I work on a material called gallium nitride. It is an emerging electronic material, unlike silicon, which is well established. I have established a materials platform, a gallium nitride availability, on which electronics engineers can build devices, which can then be converted into systems, and they find their way into your hands. It's somewhat like the setting up of cement manufacture to enable the construction industry. been working on gallium nitride since the year 2000, right after my PhD. My PhD itself was on a completely different topic. I'd always wanted to work on electronic materials, and gallium nitride was an exciting electronic material that was emerging then. It was going to enable efficient light-emitting diodes that would allow us to illuminate our lives. I kind of sensed it maybe, and therefore I grabbed the opportunity to start working on gallium nitride because it excited me then. Indeed, 20 years since, gallium nitride LEDs can be bought in the shop down the road from our houses. Now, after coming to IISc, I have started working on gallium nitride electronics for power and RF applications. Gallium nitride is going to play a very important role in our lives, both Indian and international. Gallium nitride power transistors will significantly influence the way we consume electrical energy, from laptop chargers to the way we are going to charge our electric vehicles. Gallium nitride RF devices, on the other hand, will influence the way we communicate wirelessly, such as through 5G, for example. Especially in the Indian context, such wireless communication is very important for rural connectivity from space, for instance. But that is not it. In this era of electronics, there is very little electronics manufacturing that happens in India. Gallium nitride is an emerging material, so it can be used as a vehicle to nucleate electronics manufacturing in our country. Indeed, our team at IISc and the Government of India are working on establishing a gallium nitride fab in our country to make gallium nitride devices within our nation. My message to future science enthusiasts is very simple. Pick up a problem that excites you, that drives you, and then never give up. As an instance, when we heard about the COVID pandemic about 12 months ago, we realized that the paucity of cost-effective or low-cost ventilators would be a big problem. We started working on it, we were driven, and within 12 months, we have a prototype of an ICU-grade ventilator. As I speak, 25 prototypes are being made and they are going to be placed in hospitals for field testing. Thank you.
Well, absolutely amazing. You heard Professor Srinivasan tell us about the potential of gallium nitride. And that's really a futuristic innovation that will definitely help India to further its dream of establishing an electronics manufacturing hub in the country. We'd like to thank Professor Srinivasan for his words of encouragement and wish you the very best. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we move to the next section of our awards ceremony. We will present the awards for the Next Gen Product of the Year 2021. This award category seeks to recognize the innovative products which leverage futuristic technologies to deliver value to the customers and create a positive business impact. This next award category will have 3 segments, namely GCC, ESP, and Startups. We will announce the winners of the Next Gen Product of the Year 2021 for GCC segment. To announce the winners, we have with us Dr. Gopi Chand, founder and CEO of Mylan Foundry, and Bala Girisabala, managing director at Vista Equity Partners.
Thanks, Justin. Ladies and gentlemen, it's an honor to declare the winners for the Next Generation Product of the Year 2021 GCC. We have 8 winners in this category. The winners are Bosch Hemoglobin Monitor, a non-invasive portable point-of-care solution powered by machine learning to enable quick hemoglobin testing that provides results in 30 seconds. Next on my list is the NCS 1004 multi-hall transponder by Cisco. It is industry's first multi-hall coherent transponder that provides high capacity fiber optic transmission between data centers for metro, long haul, and submarine applications, while being simple to deploy and manage. Cisco bags one more award for the Catalyst IE 3400 rugged series. It is an Industry 4.0 ready rugged series switch that provides advanced high-speed gigabit Ethernet connectivity across industry verticals while being able to withstand harsh industrial environments. The final announcement from me is for Amplify by Harman. Amplify is industry's first AI-powered smart femtocell solution, which offers unique convergence of the LTE small cell, digital voice AI, and IoT. Congratulations to the winners, and over to you, Bala, to announce the remaining 4 winners, please.
Thank you, Gopichand. Hello, everyone. The remaining 4 winners for the Next Gen Product of the Year 2021 GCC are iRock by Infineon. It is a highly integrated Wi-Fi combo device aimed at media, IoT, automotive applications to deliver robust performance and minimum latency. The second in my list is Secure Home Platform by McAfee. It is a router integrated solution which provides seamless home network security for everything and everyone on a home network. The third on my list is Viper NT by Collins Aerospace. Viper NT is a software-controlled, direct-driven, configurable, and reliable, cost-effective Viper solution for cleaning aircraft windshields. Last but not the least on the list is Compressed Sense by Philips. It is a magnetic resonance imaging reconstruction solution which reduces scan time and improves image quality. Congratulations to all the winners. And with that, over to you, Justin.
Thank you once again, Dr. Gopichand and Bala, for your time. And of course, thank you for announcing those winners. Congratulations to the winners. It goes without saying. Kudos to you. Well done indeed. We now have another set of inspiring winner spotlight videos. And I know that we're starting to have fans who are enjoying these winner spotlight videos. Let's see what we have this time, what inspiring ideas and inspiring solutions come out of these amazing individuals and companies.
cloud providers have massive fiber infrastructure, and there is a need to simplify this connectivity between data centers across different reaches, across cities, across countries, and even across oceans. Our goal was to become a leader in the optical data center interconnect market with a TAM of well over $1 billion a year.
Customers want to maximize capacity, minimize footprint, want an attractive price per bit while keeping things simple and completely automated. Now, these asks are contradictory to each other, and there wasn't a product that could do all of this at that time. So, that was what we set out to do.
The NCS 1004 is unique in a number of ways. It is secure, supporting FIPS compliance, L1 encryption at full line rate, and zero trust architectures. It is configurable via open management interfaces. It supports automated tuning to maximize fiber capacity via software. And finally, it has instrumentation to detect earthquakes.
The customer benefited with best optical efficiency and line rate in the industry. NCS 1004 is optimized to maximize capacity at a minimum space and power footprint. The system currently supports 76 terabytes of fiber capacity. Thousands of NCS 1K are already deployed and completely automated using ZTP, data models, and telemetry.
We filed several patents around a new software abstraction layer on an automated subsea tuning application, as well as a unique hardware design. We're investing in more hardware and software on the NCS 1004. The $4.5 billion acquisition of Acacia Communications earlier this year will help accelerate this roadmap.
The power and potential of science and human ingenuity and innovation. Those were really amazing and innovative products from Bosch, the Bosch hemoglobin monitor, and by Cisco, the multi-hall transponder. Moving on, we will present the awards now for the Next Gen Product of the Year 2021 for ESP segment. And to announce the winners, I request Siddharth Pai, founder of Sienna Capital, and Manish Sharma, country manager at GitHub, to announce the winners of the Next Gen Product of the Year 2021 for ESP segment.
Thank you, Justin, and good evening, everyone. It is an honor to be part of this event. The winners for the Next Generation Product of the Year for 2021 ESP are PowerStore from Dell International Services. It is a mid-range infrastructure platform developed to support traditional and modern computing workloads for enterprises. From Capgemini comes 5G NR RAN. It includes solution frameworks designed to help global telecom service providers and accelerate their field deployment of 5G. The third, from Infosys, is Smart Network Assistance, which is an automated solution for telecom services providers, which uses artificial intelligence to predict, identify, and self-heal network issues. Let me add my congratulations to these winners before I pass on to Manish. Manish?
Thank you, Siddharth. Good evening, everybody. It's an honor to be a part of this event, taking forward the same category of Next Gen Product of the Year 2021 ESP. The next winner is by Tech Mahindra, which is a distributed ledger D&D. It is a solution to protect telecom subscribers from spam calls. I'm sure all of us would appreciate a solution like this, given the calls that we keep getting. The next winner is Tata Elxsi, where they have created a connected vehicle platform. It is a cloud-based solution for IoT-enabled connected vehicle platform. that enables automotive OEMs to offer customer-centric and digitally enhanced features. The next winner is an electric vehicle charging solution by eInfochips. It is an EV charging infrastructure for mobility with a mobile app for charging status and device control. And the last in this category is Global Telematics Solution by Infosys. They have created a cloud-native, multi-browser, multi-device IoT telematics product for material handling equipment OEMs, moving towards connected, autonomous, shared, and electric solutions. Congratulations to all the winners, and back to you, Justin.
Thank you, Manish, and thank you, Siddharth, for taking time out, and of course, for announcing the winners, and a huge congratulations once again to all the winners. We will now be playing another set of winner spotlight videos, and this time from Infosys and Tata Elxsi. Let's witness these stories of innovation.
Technology advancements such as SDN and 5G have resulted in complex network operations with a mix of legacy and virtualized infrastructure. Enterprises are incurring huge operational costs due to the various silo monitoring systems and repetitive manual maintenance activities. The Infosys Network Assurance Platform helps the enterprise to cut down this cost with AI and ML driven closed-loop prediction and self-healing. The solution was entirely built by Infosys Network Engineering team based in India.
Infosys Smart Network Assurance has a containerized microservice architecture built on open source software, providing cost benefits and on-demand scalability. The data collection layer has connectors that can integrate to any relevant data sources to collect and build the data lake for analytics. The analytics engine applies machine learning on the continuous stream of data and detects issue pattern signatures. Automation module is designed for continuous deployment of automation services and integration.
Availability of dataset and actual network to mimic real scenarios were the biggest challenges, which we mitigated by collaborating with Infosys Network Management Group.
We have filed 4 patents across countries and has showcased our product at several platforms, including the IEEE 5G Showcase.
We are already working on a 2-year roadmap aligned with technology advancements in network like 5G and focused on analytics and automation use cases relevant for the industry, along with customizations for various clients.
ISNA ensures high available network with 60% reduction in MTTR, 50% improvement in operator effectiveness, 30% reduction in operations cost, and measurable benefits in other operational KPIs. We offer flexible business model as service or integration to existing digital operations stack.
The global connected car market is witnessing a rapid growth and is expected to reach $166 billion. Features such as remote commands to control the vehicle, voice integration, driver and vehicle diagnostics, EV battery management, and many more provide enhanced comfort, convenience, and safety to the user.
Connectivity solutions for the automotive sector has great promise to transform the way we live. So, we decided to actively invest in building a connected vehicle platform.
Tata Elxsi's Connected Vehicle Platform, CVP, was conceived and architected to address the need of an auto OEM.
Our vision is to build a platform that is future-proof, adaptable for 5G and autonomous driving technologies like CV2X, to accommodate evolving network architectures across various markets.
Maintaining a good quality of service and a constant mobility, continuous data streaming for hyperscale under real-world connectivity conditions are some of the unique technology challenges we had to solve.
Our CVP creates the connected experience for Tata Nexon EV, India's homegrown SUV. Within a short span of 10 months, the CVP helped launch multiple connected features. Today, the CVP powers more than 100,000 vehicles on road, spread across Tata Motors' multiple models of commercial, passenger, and electric variants. Innovation is a key feature of our connected vehicle roadmap, and this is evident from the various patents that we have filed. We will pursue a multidimensional roadmap that will include further innovation in the connected vehicle platform to enable 5G, and edge use cases, enhanced analytics capabilities, AI ML-powered features, and next-gen tech such as NLP and streaming content to connected cars.
Smart Network Assistance by Infosys and Theta Connected Vehicle Platform by Tata Elxsi, two amazing stories of innovation. Well, up next is the award for Next Gen Product of the Year for the Startup segment. And I would like to request Datari Salagame, CEO, President, Managing Director, Robert Bosch Engineering and Business Solutions, to announce the winners of the Next Gen Product of the Year 2021 for Startup segment.
Thanks, Justin. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We have 3 winners for Next Gen Product of the Year 2021 Startup segment. And the winners are Energy Management Solution by Minion Labs. It's an AI-based real-time device-level energy monitor for commercial buildings, which provides energy usage data along with energy-saving recommendations and bill forecast. Next on my list is Fuzzle by Volcus Technologies. Fuzzle is a full-stack platform for progressive horticulture anchored on an AI-driven IoT SaaS solution that provides farm-level, crop-specific, and crop stage-specific actionable intelligence to improve profitability and sustainability. And the last one on my list is Apollo by Helios IoT. Apollo is a patented digital twin and an IoT-based performance intelligence and health analytics solution for renewable energy plants. Congratulations to the winners and best of luck in your journey ahead.
Thank you, Dattatri, for taking time out and for announcing those winners. And of course, congratulations to the winners. We now move on to the next category of awards, that is Engineered in India Product of the Year 2021. This award seeks to recognize the products that are designed and developed entirely or mostly in India and have delivered significant value to global or Indian customers. This award category will have 3 segments, namely GCC, ESP, and IMC, India-based manufacturing companies. To begin with, we will announce the winners of the Engineered in India Product of the Year 2021 for GCC segment. I request Raghav Gulur, Senior Vice President and Global Head, Integrated Engineering Services, Tech Mahindra, and Ravi Arora, Vice President, Innovation, Group Technology and Innovation Office at Tata Sons, to declare the winners for the Engineered in India Product of the Year 2021 for the GCC segment.
Thanks, Justin. Engineered in India Product of the Year 2021 under GCC category. We have total 8 winners in this category, and the winners are: the first on my list is NCS 540 Front Hall from Cisco. NCS 540 Front Hall from Cisco is the first CPRI capable 5G front hall router for service operators to seamlessly integrate 5G architecture options and existing technology interfaces. The next on my list is Affinity 30 from Philips. This is a high performance and low cost ultrasound system based on the scalable architecture of high-end ultrasound systems developed for the traditional ultrasound shared service market. The next one is Phantom from Bosch. Phantom is an AIoT platform that is artificial intelligence with Internet of Things, which enables real-time monitoring and management of both assets and physical workspaces for their health, productivity, and energy consumption. Last in my list is PAG1S from Infineon. This is a scalable Type-C AC/DC power adapter solution to design power adapters of different power levels with minimal developmental effort for cell phone charger applications. Heartiest congratulations to the winners. Over to you, Ravi, to announce the remaining 4 winners.
Thank you, Raghav. Hello, everyone. It's now my great pleasure to announce the next 4 winners for the Engineered in India Product of the Year 2021 under the GCC category. The winners are ScanDisk 1 terabyte micro SD card from Western Digital. It's the world's fastest micro SD card with blazing fast read speeds of up to 160 megabytes per second, designed for storing high-definition photos and videos from the next generation of smartphones and cameras. The next one is SpeedEX EcoExpert backhoe loader from JCB. It's a new intelligent backhoe loader with an Intelli performance management system, IntelliDig technology, and advanced telematics, LiveLink, to improve asset efficiency and construction operations. The third one is Radiology Operations Command Center, or ROCC, from Philips. ROCC is a multi-vendor diagnostic imaging platform that enables real-time collaboration between imaging experts at command center and technologists at scan locations. Last but not the least is Sitecom Discovery Portal from Kongsberg. It's a next generation digital oil field solution with lightweight, intuitive apps for real-time drilling and decision support to facilitate remote operation. My congratulations to all the winners, and thank you to NASSCOM for this opportunity. Over to you, Justin.
Thank you, Ravi, and thank you, Raghav, for announcing the winners and, of course, for your time. And a hearty congratulations to all the winners once again. Kudos to you. Well done indeed. Up next are 2 more amazing winner spotlight videos. Let's hear more about the Engineered in India products.
At Western Digital, our core values of think big, do it together, and make it happen. They bring together a wonderful culture based on collaboration, innovation, and execution excellence. It is this culture that is very foundational to our engineering teams worldwide coming together and building a world-class product portfolio. One such dazzling diamond in this product portfolio is our 1 TB world's fastest micro SD card. Here our engineering teams talk about how they designed, developed, and built this wonderfully awesome product.
Western Digital fostered power of vertical integration, which provides an excellent environment for cross-functional team of memory design, ASIC, hardware, packaging, firmware, and memory system to create and innovate world-class product like 1 TB microSD card. Great system design capability, including hardware and firmware, with extraordinary talent have made us unique and positioned us as a market leader in removable storage segment. We will continue to lead and drive the culture of innovation, which is the fusion of ideas and collaboration at Western Digital.
SanDisk 1 TB microSD cards, the world's first, fastest, and the largest capacity microSD card for your storage needs.
1 TB microSD hardware design is a result of right investment in tools and infrastructure for debug and design. Regulatory, power, thermals, signal integrity, all work close to ensure safe and reliable operation.
Or packaging of 16 memory dies that are almost 10 times thinner than paper is enabled the 1 terabyte capacity in the thumbnail-sized form factor.
In 1 terabyte microSD, this is the first time firmware data structures and API got scaled to such high capacity. This involves some innovating firmware schemes to make it scale seamlessly and also write more efficient firmware for new features on enhancement of the product performance, product endurance, and power expectations.
We understood to perfection the memory die that got transformed into the 1mm card thickness. We also ensured we find the perfect trim that created a balance between the world's best performance and also meet all the reliability specifications.
The tiny SanDisk 1 terabyte card came from cutting-edge system engineering that enabled it to be mass-produced reliably. We made sure all the engineering domains came together in the product and functioned seamlessly to deliver best-in-class performance, power, and reliability.
Well, just when you think that you've touched the ceiling, someone comes along and breaks through that ceiling and pushes the boundary. Front Hall by Cisco and the 1 TB micro SD card by Western Digital, truly motivating and incredible. We will now present the award for Engineered in India Product of the Year for ESP segment. I'd like to request Dr. Bala Bharadwaj, aerospace expert and former Boeing executive, and Dilip Mangesuli, head Development Center at Siemens Healthineers, to declare the winners of Engineered in India Product of the Year 2021 for the ESP segment.
Thank you, Justin. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Happy to announce the winners for Engineered in India Product of the Year 2021 ESP category. And we have 7 winners in this category. The winners are Innovative Solution for Dual Powertrain Platform by Tata Technologies. It is the first steel-dominant, cost-effective, and flexible battery, electric vehicle, and IC engine compatible body structure solution, enables dual powertrain platforms, supports multiple vehicle types, and enables OEMs to launch products rapidly. Next on my list is Software-Defined Radio by Cyient. It is an indigenous tactical communication solution, both in manpack and handheld form for Indian military operations. Next, I want to recognize Quotient by Tata Elxsi. Quotient is a proactive quality of experience improvement platform that enables telcos and content owners to improve streaming performance of video content and to deliver high quality of experience to the end users. Congratulations to the winners. There are 4 more. The remaining 4 will be announced by Mr. Dilip. Over to you, Dilip.
Thank you, Dr. Bala. It's my pleasure to announce the remaining winners of Engineered in India Product of the Year 2021 in ESP category. First in my list is Radiant Panels by Infosys. It's a cooling/air conditioning product designed using radiative heat transfer principles for commercial buildings that provides highest quality of indoor air with 30% less energy usage. Next in my list is Robotic Endo Trainer kit by L&T Technology Services. It's a low-cost real-time training system with a control algorithm and integrated virtual reality headset for robo-assisted surgery to aid the training of surgeons globally. The next one is Smart Power Distribution Panel by Cyient. It's a first of its kind product developed completely in-house for highly efficient and reliable software controlled distribution of primary and secondary power in aircraft. Last but not the least in my list is Telediagnostic Device by eInfochips. The Telediagnostic Device is an innovative handheld medical device kit that enables remote patient monitoring and treatment based on accurate medical examination and real-time diagnostics. Congratulations to all the winners. Over to you, Justin.
Thank you, Dilip, and thank you, Dr. Bala, for announcing the winners and for your time. And again, congratulations to the winners. We will now be featuring another set of winner spotlight video. These videos have been exhibiting the power of innovation and human ingenuity. Let's hear more about the Engineered in India products. winning products that are sure to have a great impact. The dual powertrain platform by Tata Technologies and the robotic endotrainer by LTTS. Ladies and gentlemen, we now will present the awards for Engineered in India Product of the Year for Indian manufacturing companies. This is the last segment in this award category. And to announce the winners, we have Dr. Aloknath De, Corporate Vice President and CTO at Samsung R&D Institute, India.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. The winners for Engineered in India Product of the Year 2021, India-based manufacturing companies are Pneumo Ventilator by Phoenix Medical System. Pneumo is a critical care ventilator that provides ventilatory support for patients suffering from chronic respiratory distress. And next in my list is Celtos Hybrid Instrument Cluster by Visteon. It is an analog digital hybrid instrument cluster driven by the Cyprus-based Kepler 2 platform and developed for Kia Celtos to improve the user experience. And last but not the least, Electric Vehicle Powertrain by Electra EV. EV powertrain is a cost-effective, FAME2-compliant and benchmarked high-range indigenous electric powertrain built for Tata Tigor EV sedan, targeted at the Indian fleet market. Congratulations to all the winners. And back to you, Justin.
Thank you, Dr. Aloknath, for announcing the winners and for your time. And once again, congratulations to the winners. Well done indeed. Coming up is a winner spotlight video by Phoenix Medical Systems featuring Pneumo. Let's see what we have.
COVID-19 had a world gasping for breath.
About 5% of COVID-19 patients progress into critical illness, which include acute respiratory distress syndrome, ARDS, which require a respiratory support, basically the ventilators.
Worldwide, there was a shortage of ventilator. India was no different.
We wanted to be part of the solution to make the ventilator safe, reliable, affordable, that too very quickly. Our experience in making CPAP for the neonates gave us a platform to make the ventilator.
Pneumo is a mechanical ventilator system that provides continuous or intermittent positive pressure ventilation for patients suffering from respiratory failure.
Pneumo is a compact, low-cost and with a simple user interface. Pneumo can be operated in both invasive and non-invasive mode, which can support adult and pediatric patients. Pneumo adapts to the patient breathing pattern and reduces the work of breathing. It has an intelligent alarm system, simple calibration procedures, a battery backup of 3 hours, and an advanced procedure like inspiratory hold and expiratory hold.
Typically, it would take 2 to 3 years to design any ventilator. We put our heads down, discussed with industry experts, and engineered our Pneumo ventilator in a record time of 100 days.
Conceptualized, designed, and engineered in India. We made sure the product is 1/4 the global ICU ventilator cost. This ventilator can certainly be the breath of life for the hospitals and the patients.
Offering us a new breath of life, their Phoenix Medical Systems featuring Pneumo. Up next, we have another interesting take from global CXOs on Advantage India. We have with us this evening Epson Nguyen, Senior Vice President, Software Development at Kongsberg Digital, followed by Naga Subramania, Senior Vice President, Technology Development at Micron Technology, and George Choquette, Senior Vice President, Head of Software Engineering and CTO Hughes, who will be talking to us on India's role in furthering the ER&D efforts of their respective organizations.
My name is Espen Nguyen, I'm Senior Vice President for Software Development in Kongsberg Digital. We are a leading provider of next-generation software and digital solution to customers within maritime, oil and gas, and the utility. We established our office in Bangalore back in 2012, and it has now become our main development center in Kongsberg Digital. There were several reasons for selecting India and Bangalore. To mention a few, access to competent and access to the huge talent pool, that's number one. Passion for technology, that's number two. Willingness to go the extra mile, that's number three. Together, this brings our product faster to the market. We have succeeded with our office in Bangalore. I will say the main reason are basic factors like mutual respect, trust, and transparency. It's also about ownership and end-to-end delivery. A third factor is local management with tight relation to the head office. We build our culture on common values, same across all locations. We started with outsourcing QA and development in 2012. Today, we have a full-fledged dev center with a complete delivery chain, dev, ops, QA, and 24/7 support for almost all our product served from our office in Bangalore. Kongsberg Digital is growing fast, and we will not have been able to grow within this pace without our excellent development center in Bangalore. Thank you.
I believe outsourced engineering, research, and design is a $100 billion opportunity for India. Let's take Micron for instance. In just 2 years, our 2,000 employees in Hyderabad and Bengaluru, in partnership with our employees around the world, are already making significant contributions to almost all of Micron's design and product roadmaps. This number will grow to over 5,000 in the next several years. However, ensuring India maintains its edge as the market leader will require the Indian ER&D ecosystem and key stakeholders to come together and solve some of the emerging challenges. Industry partnerships with our thriving university ecosystem in areas like semiconductor design and development, as well as data science and advanced data analytics, and strong policy interventions to protect our IP will be critical for sustained growth. With COVID, the digital economy, fueled by Industry 4.0 technologies, have arrived at the shores of India. Strategic pivots realized collectively in forums like NASSCOM ER&D Showcase will play an important role in the continued success of India. Again, this is a once-in-a-generation opportunity, and we will need stewardship at every level to ensure that this potential is realized.
Hello, my name is George Choquette. I'm the Senior Vice President for all software engineering at Hughes Network Systems, located in the United States. HNS is the world market leader in delivering satellite network equipment for consumers and enterprise users. And we've been making good use of Hughes Sysdig for offshore software development from India since the founding of Sysdig. They augment our US staff to match the workload, and they bring expertise in certain advanced technologies we need for our products. This gives us cost-effective access to staff who are well-trained in software engineering. They follow good development processes, and they understand the latest tools. We also benefit because Hughes Sysdig invests internally developed capabilities in emerging technologies, some of which we might not be as advanced in here. For example, we're currently doing a project that leverages Sysdig knowledge of software-defined networking, or SDN. Another strength we've been leveraging lately is in the area of automation. And even the big time zone difference from the US to India can be a plus for us, with Hughes Sysdig able to investigate and solve problems while it's nighttime in the US, or to provide field support to customers for which they're closer in time proximity. So all in all, our offshore work with Hughes Sysdig has been very successful. The model has worked for us, and I expect to continue or even expand this work in the future.
Thank you very much indeed, Epson Nagasubramanian and George Choket, for sharing, your on sharing India's role in furthering the R&D efforts of your respective organizations and your take on Advantage India. Coming up next is a tiny bite video with yet another delightful and inspiring story from India for all of us. I don't know about you, but I'm excited to see what's up next.
My name is Amar Prajapati. I am the founder of Jeevan Prakash Industries Private Limited. One day I saw in the newspaper the advertisement of LED lights. Then I discussed to my father to open my own company and give more and more people employment in pandemic time. In March 2020, my father sent me on the training center of LED lights. In April 2020, I opened my own company and started making LED lights at home. The average manufacturing of LED lights is 30 to 50. Then I discussed my father to open a big company for a big manufacturing. Then the average of manufacturing is 100 to 200 LEDs. My company Jeevan Prakash Industries Private Limited makes LED lights and there are 5 workers. My future plan is to make a new invention and make India bright. I want to say the other parents they do not force their children to make doctor, engineer, etc. Tell their children to complete their goal and they never give up.
Well, that was quite a unique story and an inspiring young man. I'm quite impressed with the resourcefulness and determination of today's children. And like he said, parents, please note, don't force your children to be engineers or doctors. Let them follow their goals. We wish Amar all the success. And of course, it goes without saying he's got a bright future. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the last section of our awards ceremony. We shall be first declaring the winners for the Service Delivery Excellence of the Year 2021, followed by the much coveted ER&D Organization of the Year 2021. So, which organization will be the Organization of the Year? Well, stay tuned to find out. The penultimate award category for the evening is the Service Delivery Excellence of the Year 2021. This award is for GCC and ESP segments, respectively. Through this award, we seek to recognize the imagination, ingenuity, and initiative in service delivery taken by an ER&D organization. So without further ado, I'd like to request G.H. Rao, President Engineering and R&D Services at HCL Technologies, to announce the winners of the Service Delivery Excellence of the Year 2021 for GCC segment.
Thank you, Justin. Hello, everyone. With great pleasure, I would like to announce the winners of Service Delivery Excellence of the Year 2021 for GCC segment. We have 4 winning services in this category, and the winners are Service Workbench by Philips. This solution enables Philips healthcare product lines to reduce unplanned downtime, improve first-time right fix ratio, and service personnel productivity through remote monitoring, diagnosis, and maintenance services. The next in my list is Connected Life Safety Services by Harman. This solution enables system integrators and facility managers deliver enhanced fire safety products. The next one is Essentia Analytics Services by Collins Aerospace. Essentia Analytics Services helps to identify predictive maintenance opportunities in aircraft systems to reduce delays, cancellations, and unscheduled maintenance of the airlines. The last, of course, not the least in my list is High-Speed Satellite Internet by Hughes Systic. This service helps in architecting, building, and deploying a SDN NFV-based end-to-end solution for a satellite backhaul network. Congratulations to all the winners. Back to you, Justin.
Thank you, Mr. Rao, for announcing the winners for that category and for your time. And heartiest congratulations to the winners once again. We now have another winner spotlight video by Collins Aerospace featuring Essentia. Let's listen to their story of excellent service delivery.
As the future of aviation evolves, you expect more from intelligent aircraft. We combine statistics, machine learning, and real-time physics to go beyond systems and software. This is Essentia. A powerful mix of intelligence and intuition, Essentia is a prognostics and health management solution that analyzes thousands of unique parameters to better predict what your fleet needs. From the science in the sky to the engineers on the ground, we focus on high-impact paths that drive delays and cancellations, scheduling effective maintenance before minor issues become major unscheduled events. The India Fleet Monitoring Team plays a critical role in avoiding these major events by sending out timely, actionable, and preventive maintenance recommendations to the airlines. For the year 2020, despite the reduced air traffic due to COVID, the team has sent 62 maintenance recommendations. The India Fleet Monitoring Team, besides sending preventive maintenance recommendations, also assess the quality of data on the airlines. The effectiveness of the sent recommendations are validated through the control tower metrics. With lower costs and fewer delays, we ensure your fleet is ready when it's time to take off. It's the next evolution of predictive maintenance. More intuitive data, more proactive decisions, and a clearer path to reach more destinations on time.
That was Essentia by Collins Aerospace, another inspiring story of excellent service delivery. Ladies and gentlemen, we shall now be declaring the winners for the Service Delivery Excellence of the Year 2021 for the ESP segment. And to announce the winners, we have Sarv Sarvanan, Vice President and Business Leader, Modern Workplace Solutions and Services, Microsoft Services at Microsoft, and Manu Saleh, Managing Director and CEO at Mercedes-Benz Research and Development India.
Thank you, Justin. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We have 8 winners in the Service Delivery Excellence of the year 2021 in Engineering Service Provider category. And the winners are, let me begin with Vehicle Top Hats from Tech Mahindra. This work that Mahindra did helped an European automotive OEM develop 8 new vehicle top hats for both Indian and international markets. The next one is Automotive Infotainment from Wipro. This project helped an Asian automotive OEM develop an Android-based infotainment system for its luxury SUV in half the development time. The next one is ADAS, joint delivery from KPIT. This project helped a leading automotive client develop advanced driver assistance systems and autonomous driving technologies for their vehicles by leveraging its expertise in end-to-end software integration and technology partnerships. And the next one is embedded software development from KPIT again. It helped a German automotive OEM and their tier 1 supplier resolve existing issues with their charging control unit software for their electric vehicle product line to become a tier 1 software supplier. Congratulations to all the winners. Over to you, Manu, to announce the remaining 4 winners.
So thank you very much, and very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Happy to share stage here with Surf virtually and to announce the next 4 winners for the Service Delivery Excellence of the year 2021 ESP. And the next 4 on our list are Digital Workspace from Infosys. Infosys helped the real estate company transform their office spaces into smart workplaces, which enabled over 2,000 tenant businesses and over 125,000 employees to return to work safely. Congratulations. Next up on our list is a company that helped an American client, a medical devices company, to introduce new age connectivity features in their Class 2 and Class 3 legacy products, transforming them to a connected care ecosystem. Congratulations to the winner, Medical Devices Engineering from Capgemini. Next up on our list is the 5G rollout from Cyient. It helped a major communication service provider to roll out the 5G technology through a maximum coverage with minimal infrastructure network design principle for providing network access to over 20 million Australians. Last on my list is the digital IoT platform for connected equipment, and the winners are from HCL. This platform enables new revenue models for the client, along with improved profitability, enhanced customer experiences, reduced downtime, and ensuring compliance to all regulatory standards. Once again, from Serve and me, congratulations to the winners. And Justin, over to you again.
Thank you, Manu and Sarv, for announcing the winners, and congratulations once again to all the winners. Coming up next is another spotlight video for the Services Delivery Excellence. Let's take a look.
In early 2020, in response to the emerging COVID pandemic, RXR Realty in New York City adjusted their digital transformation roadmap. As their engineering partner, Infosys scoped the effort required to build and deploy RxWell, a platform to deliver a healthy and productive work environment across RXR's 26 office buildings. Infosys applied several delivery accelerators, including DevOps automation, data integration, and sensor integration. The project team totaled 30 members, with 27 based in India and 3 in the United States. 100 business days after the project launch, the RxWell solution had been deployed across all of RXR's buildings.
This is an end-to-end solution, having sensors and edge analytics in the buildings, data and API in the cloud, delivering experience with insights using multiple channels to property manager, tenant administrator, employees, and visitors. There are multiple different types of sensors and variables capturing real-time data on air quality, occupancy, contact tracing, body temperature, and then there is the edge analytics running on Azure Stack Edge, constantly getting real-time video feed from multiple cameras. The solution has an algorithm to decide on an index for a building, indicating the overall health and wellness status. The solution is built on a repeatable and the scalable foundational layer, using which 25 buildings were onboarded on the platform in 1 month after the pilot was done on the first building.
At the end of 2020, RxWell was recognized by Realcomm with the Digi Award for Best COVID Tech in the Real Estate Industry. Infosys will continue as RxR's strategic partner through 2022 and beyond.
Forecasts suggest that by 2030, 50 billion IoT devices will be in use around the world, creating a massive interconnected web. 5G will be at the forefront of this communication technology revolution, connecting people, devices, and machines. At Cyient, we tapped into networks of the future and undertook a mission to take 5G to the masses across urban, semi-urban, and rural Australia. Our solution enabled 20 million people across Australia access to 5G with maximum coverage and minimum infrastructure investments. We leveraged leading-edge technologies such as workflow automation and digital twin to deliver execution excellence, and delivered results for over 50 cities in Australia ahead of schedule, despite complex geographical constraints. This is how we apply technology imaginatively to solve problems that matter.
Well, those were indeed excellent stories of service delivery by Indian ESPs, the RxR Digital Workplace by Infosys, and the 5G rollout by Cyient. And now, ladies and gentlemen, moving to the most eagerly anticipated award, the award for which all of us have been waiting for, the ER&D Organization of the Year 2021. Through this award, we seek to recognize the ER&D organizations that have enabled innovation, transformation, and delivered business impact to their key stakeholders. We have this award for GCC and ESP segments. I'd like to request Regu Ayaswamy, Global Head IoT Engineering and Industrial Services at TCS, to announce the winners of the ER&D Organization of the Year 2021 for GCC segment.
Thanks, Justin. Hi, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I'm very happy to announce the winners of ER&D Organization of the Year 2021 in GCC category. We have 4 winners for this segment. First in this list is a powerhouse of innovation with 6,600 plus patents filed globally, including in India, with aim to create USPs for its core devices through the COEs for wireless communication, multimedia, artificial intelligence, and IoT. Presenting the ER&D Organization of the Year 2021 GCC, Samsung R&D Institute India, Bangalore, the largest overseas R&D center for Samsung Electronics. Next in this list is the center, which continues to expand in R&D footprint in India. It's very actively engaged in cutting-edge technologies in the area of SoC design, 5G networks, graphics, software, and platform for the cloud and data center and IoT markets, involving advanced technologies such as AI, 5G, and autonomous systems. Presenting the ER&D Organization of the Year 2021 GCC, Intel Technology India Limited. It's also Intel's largest design and engineering center outside of the US and has state-of-the-art design facilities. Next in our list is the GCC that was established in 1996 in India and engages over 10,000 professionals who work across design, embedded electronics, IT, AI, deep learning, cloud, and data analytics competencies that's driving the digital aspirations of their headquarters. Presenting the ER&D Organization of the Year 2021 GCC, Mercedes-Benz Research and Development India. It's the largest R&D center for Daimler outside of Germany. And last but not the least, we have the GCC. This also got established in 96 in India with the aim to improve people's health and well-being through meaningful innovation. It's the base for end-to-end development and management of multiple product lines such as ultrasound, MRI, and personal health, among others. Presenting the ER&D Organization of the Year 2021 GCC, Philips Innovation Campus, Bangalore. It's a key component of Philips R&D business functions. A very hearty congratulations to all the winners and very delighted to be part of this event. Back to you, Justin.
Thank you very much indeed, Raghu, for announcing the winners and for your time. And once again, a hearty congratulations to the winner organizations. Well done indeed. We will now feature the spotlight videos of the ER&D organizations of Intel and Samsung. Let's witness the journey of these organizations and what makes them unique.
Greetings from Samsung R&D India. Our Bangalore center is the largest overseas R&D center of Samsung Electronics. And we are currently celebrating our quarter-century plus contribution from India. This center has been driving research to commercialization for multiple product lines, smartphones, networks, and connected home appliances. We create USPs for Samsung's flagship devices through our Center of Excellence in wireless communication, in multimedia intelligence, and in Internet of Things. We foster innovation. Over 6,600 patents have been filed from here in India and globally. We recently refreshed our R&D strategy to define a strong Powering Digital India program. And our university collaboration as well as Startup Connect programs are leveraging well the India ecosystem, which in itself is becoming very, very vibrant. Thank you.
In SRIB, we have patent programs to build high-quality patent creation culture in the R&D. This has been recognized with multiple international and national awards. SRIB has open innovation partnership with over 10 startups and Government of India to accelerate innovation in language, content, network, and IoT solutions. We have Samsung Prism program where we have tied up with 25 colleges, 300 professors, and over 1,500 students, where students not only get to learn and get hands-on with Samsung's real-time projects, but also innovate for India.
Samsung trusted India and Indian talent and established the R&D organization about 25 years back. Today, we have grown as the largest R&D center outside Korea, and we have established the world's largest factory at Noida. That speaks volumes about Samsung's commitment to India and its people. At SRIB, we started with the communication protocol stack development, and we have grown as a center of excellence in wireless communications. And we contributed in both the smartphones and network and Samsung's consumer electronic devices. While I'm holding the global position at the 5G protocol stack development, SRIB has the other center of excellences in camera, IoT, services, and AI. We have refreshed our strategy, and young millennials and Gen Z workforce is all geared up towards the creating advanced R&D projects.
Those are spotlight videos of ER&D organizations, Intel and Samsung, as we witness the journey of these organizations and what makes them unique. Finally, the last award segment of today, the ER&D Organization of the Year 2021 for ESP segment. And to announce the winners, I'd like to request Anand Singh, CEO, Advanced Communication Services at iLink Digital, to do the honors.
Thanks, Justin. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm very happy and proud to announce the winners for ER&D Organization of the Year 2021 ESP, Engineering Service Providers. We have 3 winners for this segment category. First in the list of one of the leading engineering services provider in India. Its service transformation initiative have helped enterprises reduce their operational cost, improve efficiency, and reduce time to market for the products. It has a strong center of excellence and living labs enabling innovation at scale and many global patents granted. It also has a rich ER&D ecosystem partnership with academia and startups to deliver top-notch value to the customers. Presenting the award for the ER&D Organization of the Year 2021 ESP category is Infosys. So the next in the list is 1 to 2 of the trusted advisor of the Global 1000 enterprise. It has undertaken turnkey development of 40 products over last 3 years, which has resulted in over 400 patents filed globally. Its next generation service delivery initiatives such as Top Coder, Automation, Homes, Tarang, etc. have helped the customer reduce their time to market, the product development costs, and development efforts. With more than 25 Center of Excellences, it has over 32,000 ER&D resources. Presenting the award for ER&D Organization of the Year 2021 ESP is Wipro. And finally, this organization empowers global enterprises with the technology for the next decade based on its deep domain industry expertise, customer centricity, and the entrepreneurial culture of the ideapreneurship. It accelerates the product development for its customer by leveraging the latest technologies, monetizing the product services, and providing immersive end-user experience. It has emerged as one of the largest digital engineering and service providers from India, presenting the award for the ER&D Organization of the Year 2021 ESP, that's SCL Technologies. Heartiest congratulations to the winners, which are Infosys, Wipro, and SCL Technologies. Back to you, Justin.
Thank you very much indeed, Anand, for announcing the final category of winners. And thank you for your time. And of course, many congratulations to all the winners of the NASSCOM Engineering and Innovation Excellence Award 2021. Congratulations once again. Kudos to you. Well done indeed. We will now feature our last spotlight videos. Let's see the journey of these extraordinary organizations and what makes them different. We have HCL and Wipro up next.
Welcome to HCL Technologies. We're a leading global technology company that helps global enterprises reimagine and transform their businesses through digital technology transformation. HCL focuses on providing an integrated portfolio of services. HCL's engineering and R&D services is recognized in the industry as a leader and one of the most valued global engineering service providers. We have helped more than 300 organizations develop and launch market-leading products across various market segments, enabling business growth and touching lives. ERS has been touching various aspects of our lives, right from enabling access to affordable healthcare to redefining mobility, to deliver a connected experience, to providing comfort entertainment, and safety at 35,000 feet. We serve all major verticals, leveraging cross-industry best practices. Our clientele are leaders from across industry segments such as telecommunications, aerospace and defense, automotive, consumer electronics, industrial manufacturing, medical devices, office automation, semiconductor, and ISVs. Our services span hardware, embedded software, mechanical, VLSI design, product lifecycle management, and software engineering. Accelerating engineering transformation with new age technologies. We provide end-to-end engineering services from concept to market. Today, HCL is recognized as a leader by analyst firms in diverse domains.
You can't create history without looking to the future. You can't make progress without leaving the past behind. You can't invent tomorrow's world without the foresight to look past yesterday's. For the last 4 decades, Wipro's Industrial and Engineering Services has been helping customers realize their vision of the future. We've done it by providing them with multipliers that accelerate innovation and time to market. Supported by the possibilities provided by a vast and varied ecosystem, and delivered at a scale that keeps pace with the enormity of mankind's ambitions. For instance, we connected over 50,000 machines, enabling an additional services revenue of $10 million for a leading heavy equipment manufacturer. Our mass-customized 3D printed parts reduced the weight of food trays by 33% for a leading aerospace supplier. WiPi, our reference autonomous vehicle platform, combines core engineering ideas across hardware, software, AI, machine learning, sensor fusion, and computer vision. In a world where engineering is pervasive to everything, we deliver the future with a team of passionate people, a diverse ecosystem, and strong engineering DNA. Creating newer experiences, accelerating outcomes, and creating exponential growth. We do it across the world, backing big bets that are moving the needle to the next level. Engineering the next revolution, the next wave, the next big thing. Wipro Industrial and Engineering Services. Engineering next. Enabling innovation at scale.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I once again would like to congratulate all the winners of the NASSCOM Engineering and Innovation Excellence Awards 2021. And it would be unfair if I didn't take this time to thank the eminent jury members for their time and outstanding job. Also note, winners, that we will reach the trophies and certificates for all the winners at the earliest. We continue with the event. We now have a special talk on Back to the Future by Guruswamy Ganesh. Please welcome Guruswamy Ganesh, Senior Vice President, Flash Product Engineering, Western Digital. It's a pleasure to have you here with us this evening. Mr. Guruswamy, over to you.
Thank you. And again, good evening to everyone in Bangalore and across India. I know it's pretty late. I want to thank NASSCOM for inviting me to give this elevator pitch of why India is in the right place at the right time. I feel privileged to do this as I have a very inside-outside view that hopefully will resonate with all of you. The reason I say this is, although I'm currently heading worldwide engineering for Western Digital, I have spent nearly half of my career, that is almost 30 out of 35 years, half of it in India, building organizations and scaling them to do amazing things, and products that really touch globally in terms of technology and in terms of leadership. NASSCOM has estimated that the global spend on ER&D to cross 1.5 trillion by 2025 or 26, of which 200 billion will be in the form of outsourced services. I can't think of any other country that can take advantage of this other than India. Currently, we are expected to grow at 12 to 13%, and reach probably 63 billion from 31 billion, which is there today. But the ER&D Council has taken an aggressive target, and I want to give kudos to them for putting a target of 100 billion. I think that's a really, really awesome target. And I think India is the only country that can achieve it, because the scale that which India provides for R&D worldwide is bar none. I've running engineering for now 35 years. The scale at which we can do things in India, no other country provides, including US. We struggle to scale in US as well because we don't have the talent. We don't have enough talent to scale, and that's one of the main reasons India is such an attractive place. India today has employed 700,000 people in the sector. If we have a target of 100 billion, that means we can employ close to 1 to 1.25 million people. This is really an outstanding effort, and I think this will really bear the fruits in the long term. Just to set the context, if I want to go back to the future, I want to take you all back to where it all began, just to understand that how we need to be in the right place and not lose the race again. And the reason I'm saying not lose the race again is we were in a very prime position way back in 1980s. And the reason I want to take you back is I just want to give you what I experienced coming out of college and into the technology industry. So in the early 80s, India was leading the technology race on multiple fronts. Not many of you will be aware, but I'll just take you through some significant points. Even though they were leading, but they were not doing it at scale, they're doing it at a much smaller scale. I'm talking about 1980s when still people didn't understand how important electronics and software is going to change the people's life as we talk today. There were few companies in India at the time and colleges at the time who were leading the charge. I was a student. In my second year, we all knew the software tsunami is coming. We were still being taught Fortran in colleges, but we all knew that history, C is going to be the place. And we all started learning C in small garages who are teaching C language to students who are interested in learning C. There were Indian companies at the time who were building full products, IBM PC, XT80 machines, which we assembled, developed, deployed in multiple universities. India at the time, for not many of you know, had the state-of-the-art semiconductor manufacturing at Chandigarh. It was a really state-of-the-art manufacturing place, but then, we didn't scale much forward after that. And then the world took over the race and we started to lag behind. But then India was seen as a different place for multinationals. They started to set up the second largest R&D centers in India at the time. We started small, but today I think it's grown to mega organizations and almost like the largest R&D centers for the companies or second largest R&D centers for the companies. At the same time, we had the IT services boom that happened along with the Y2K boom, which really put India in the global front for services. Today, I think the geopolitical climate is ripe for India to take giant steps. India can take advantage of the future, both from a services perspective and manufacturing perspective. I think the geopolitical climate is really, really suiting of where we are headed. So how does India take advantage of the situation? Product focus is key. I think a lot of the people continue to leverage India for cost. That's known to people and that continues to be the advantage. But I think a lot of companies are migrated from that and building world-class products coming out of India. Western Digital builds all their consumer products from India, totally, from architecture, system design, system thinking, packaging, testing, you name it. We don't have anybody outside India who does consumer products for Western Digital. And this is a multi-billion-dollar business for us. It's not even like $1 million, it's multi-billion-dollar business for us. And I can tell you, being part of it, that India has the talent, India has the capability to do it. It's just how do you go and make sure that we leverage it. So we have to establish ourselves as a product destination for multiple reasons and make sure that we build that capability as well. I'm really pleased with all the support that the government is giving, including the government of Karnataka, including the federal government, working with NASSCOM, putting up all the policies that can do ease of doing business there, scaling business there, skill development there, building innovation clusters. I think these are all the right stuff to do to enable the ecosystem. I think we really need to start to think about the future skills of us. When I said, when I was in college, people were still being taught Fortran, but we knew C was coming. And I can tell you like some of the future trends that are going to hit the world, and I think we need to be prepared for it. Everybody's starting to hear AI and machine learning, augmented reality, virtual reality, cybersecurity, cloud, smart infrastructure, intelligent automation. So these are the new buzzwords, and these industries will spawn multiple jobs. And the world is looking around for these kind of talent. I think we in India need to continue to focus on this, build our IP capability, focus on innovation, and make sure that we are building IPs that can focus on these areas. And the most important is continue to have the partnership with academia. The industry needs to have partnership with academia so that we continue to skill our students coming out from there, and not only skill it, but also make sure that they're able to do cutting edge technology work working with the industry. So again, I want to wrap it up by saying that this is a great opportunity for India. I think NASSCOM and the government are doing an excellent job in promoting it and making sure that everybody understands the value of it. And I'm proud to be part of it as well. I want to congratulate once again NASSCOM for making it happen. And again, thank you all for joining in today.
Thank you, Guruswamy, for that inspiring and invigorating talk and encapsulating the essence of this event. Now, the closing note will be delivered by K.S. Viswanathan, Vice President, Industry Initiatives, NASSCOM. He is fondly known to all of us as KSV. So please join me in welcoming KSV. KSV, the floor is all yours for the grand finale.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. What a day it has been. I'm extremely thankful to all of you for staying with us all through the day. Had an interesting session. We started in the morning with Innovation Vector, ending with the gala time of the best of people who created the innovation for the country. As Debjani Ghosh said, we have set ourselves a large, ambitious goal of $100 billion of revenue export by 2028. Opportunity available for us, it is for us to execute it. And for that is important we start showcasing the kind of innovation that is happening. Our endeavor during the summit, this program today, as to showcase to you what are the best things which is happening. All of them wouldn't have been possible, but the countless hours, which I would love to thank, first of all, my jury members. The jury members, the countless hours what they put to give time to this, to evaluate 300 plus applications that we got, right? Executive jury members, the kind of application, thank you so much with heartful thanks. But for your support, this inaugural program, what we've done, couldn't have been this successful as we thought it would be. Thank you so much, sir. We look forward to working with you. You continue to guide us. You are the force which has taken this India from 1984 in Texas to 85 in Texas Instruments came to India, set up as the R&D business till 2021. What we heard, great study from Ganesh Guruswamy on how the multi-billion-dollar business gets out of India. You'll all be in the guiding force, continue the guiding force for the industry again taking place. Second, I would like to thank and congratulate all the winners, all the impact makers of the Indian ER&D system, right? You participate in large volume. The impact makers of the ER&D system, all of you did a phenomenal job. As my colleague Sangeeta Gupta said in the morning in the early session, it was so difficult for us to select the best and the very best. In that scenario, you came out. So we have captured the bites and the case studies of all these impact makers in Indian R&D. All of you who are interested to go through that, please go to NASSCOM's community portal, access it, and you can do that. Very thought-provoking. It actually, very frankly, we were wondering how we communicate the story of progress of Indian R&D in the global market, right? We had anecdotal experience to share. Now we have rich case study that can be taken to showcase the world. When it comes to think in ER&D, India is the place to go. India is the destination to look for ER&D, especially as we call out was made today to think of digital engineering innovation hub for the world is going to be yes. And this is the thing. The reason I'm saying this is the others, the Indian impact makers is not, or even others who participated in the thing, some of them will also be capture them and put it as we go forward, but do take part and take part in this program. Before I say final goodbye to you for the day, and I know I'm just between you and your dinner time, this is just a preview. This is just a trailer. The biggest program is coming on 7th and 8th of October. the 13th edition of NASSCOM ER&D Summit, right? We are working on it. The core team is working on it. You'll have more discussions, more debate, more thought-provoking discussion as to what needs to be done to address several issues, several the innovation, the talent, the case studies what's required. We'll be discussing that. So I'm not saying goodbye to you now. I look forward to welcoming you again on the 7th of October for the NASSCOM Engineering R&D Summit in virtual form, hopefully. It's all hope that the virtual form will end soon. But if that doesn't happen before 7th and 8th of October, we will be at least virtually. So thank you once again. Good night. Salam. Bye-bye.